Here's a familiar sight to many winter sports fans, the 90-meter ski jump at Canada Olympic Park. Beautiful Calgary, Alberta, Canada, on the shores of the Bow River. As we come up to the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship Session 2 here at the Winsport Arena at Canada Olympic Park. Mark and McPhail Center, and as we come inside to the venue, looking forward to an excellent matchup here. Session 2, both Germany and Japan in this matchup, first time on the ice. Trying to get underway here with the win. Mike Harris here, joined by Kevin Martin. And we're going to, first of all, meet the players. Team Germany, lead Dominik Greindl. Second, Joshua Suter. Third, Mark Muskatovic, and the young skip, Sixten Totzek, leading this team. To play Team Japan, Shinya Abe at lead, Yasumasa Tanida at second, Tetsuro Shimutsu at third, and the skip, Yuta Matsumura. Experienced team taking on these young athletes from Germany. Kevin, thoughts early here as we look at the standings? First time on the ice for both of these teams, and you see Canada, Italy, Norway, and Team RCF getting off to a quick start with their first wins, and I said 6 of the teams out here on the ice for the first time. Our feature game going to be way over there on Sheet A. Team Germany taking on Japan. Sheet B, good matchup. Team China taking on the Olympic champion John Schuster from the United States. The silver and bronze medalists from the Olympic Games, Sweden and Switzerland. Big matchup there on Sheet C. And on Sheet D, both teams already played earlier today. Korea looking for their first win against the 1-0 team from the RCF, Russian Curling Federation. Little unusual start, where not the traditional handshakes we usually see, Kevin, due to the bubble we're in here. But Kevin, talk a little bit about maybe some expectations in this first round for both of these teams.
Yes, well, I certainly like Team Japan. Very good, strong team, throws the rock very well. Lots of experience on the team. You know, they are going to be very tough to beat, I think, for a young Germany team, especially a skip. I believe 21 years old, Mike. You know, what an opportunity for a young man to be in a World Championship. But first game to come up against a powerhouse Team Japan, it'll be tough for them.
And in this matchup, Team Japan actually will have the hammer after a little fist bump. We're allowing that here in the bubble. But to determine last stone in all of these games, players throw an out-turn and, a counterclockwise and a clockwise, depending if you're a lefty or righty. That will change, but one rock counterclockwise, one rock clockwise of the button. They add up the total, and the closest total will get last rock advantage. And in this case, it was Team Japan, so that will get them off to a little bit of a head start. And I said with the youthful skip, Totzek, I'm with you, Kevin. I think I anticipate maybe a conservative start from this team, but both teams looking just to kind of get their feet under them here in this first time out on the ice.
Yeah, hearts are pounding a little bit extra probably than normal, so throwing it into the 4-foot circle makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
And it will be lead Dominik Greindl throwing the first stone of the championship for Team Germany. As we get things underway here in Draw number 2 at these men's world, these long-awaited World Championships.
That's the truth. It's been a long year without World Championship play. Nice to see it back on the ice. Wanting this around the button area. Very nice start.
Get up.
Get on.
And the more experienced team, no surprise, they're going to go mix things up here in the first end with lead Shinya Abe being asked to throw the corner guard.
Wanting this fairly tight to the rings, maybe 3 or 4 feet out from the top of the house would be perfect. Nicely done.
Well, after being pressed a little, Germany's they're willing to play ball. They're going to throw a guard as well, so we're into it. First end, love it.
Kurze.
Linie gut. Kurze. Vorne 12.
Bisschen soft da. Genau, kurze.
3.
Linie.
Nur Linie. Linie. Easy, easy, easy. Zu lang. Geht nicht. Nicht zu tief.
Ja, beißt.
The line looks really good on this. You can see the a lot of curl on this ice here in Calgary, and slips into the top of the ring, so a bit of a mistake there. Wanted that as a tight guard, but that's just fine.
Right there. Ring. Right there. Ring. Yes.
Abe looking for the hit and roll behind that corner guard that was just thrown.
Yes. Yes.
Rules of play here at these World Championships. Minimum 6 ends required here in the round robin portion. 38 minutes of thinking time allotted to both teams, and at the World Championship, each team is allowed one 1-minute timeout. And of course, 5-rock rule implemented a couple of years ago by the World Curling Federation certainly led to some big ends already scored in this championship, and great for us as observers, spectators. See some rocks in play. Well, that's a little better guard.
Exactly where they wanted that rock. Just short of the rings and right in front of shot stone. Might be possible to be able to maybe hit that red rock and roll into a biter. This is made perfect.
And that is the call for Tanida at second. A little closer. Didn't quite spin on. Dangerous stone to leave in play, though. Very close to the rings, and
certainly
Germans.
Something. Yeah, if the Germans come around this guard and bury fully, straight back raise, and could really set Team Japan up. So a perfect shot here would be to bury almost all, but not all, of this rock.
Schnell. Abplatz. Schnell.
Abplatz.
Super saying it's a little heavy, and Skip saying there's lots of room. So not a great combination.
Yep.
Coming a little deep, setting up a little pocket. Perhaps a little hit those two in the middle and spin, or just a hit and roll over, depending what they like to play. Team Japan. They seem to like these quiet weight hack waiters, which you could certainly control the line with those a little bit easier.
Looks pretty nice, getting across the top.
Just beautiful touch. Shown, well managed. Only good news for Team Germany, that rock is behind the tee line. But early pressure here being applied by Team Japan.
Von 8, so von
Linie
12.
gut.
Von 8.
Linie gut.
Von 12, von
Bisschen
8.
eng.
Von 4.
Bisschen eng. Halt, Jungs.
Halt! Von 8. Von
Mark
9, ja.
Muskatovic, former skip of this team, moved down to third.
Kurze.
Halt.
Kurze.
Line's getting tight.
Oh.
And this is going to be tight and light. So Japan with the hammer, with one partially buried and throwing. Big trouble early for Team Germany.
Maybe the only saving grace is the combination red-yellow goes straight back. So Team Japan has to put this in a really good spot to not set up a raise and maybe get out 2 or 3 of the yellows.
What's ideal here, Kevin? Half buried?
Half buried, top 4. That was the call from the skipper.
Starting to move now.
Just wanting this top 4 foot half behind cover. Look at that. Maybe 6 inches heavier, a foot heavier than perfect, but pretty good.
Leichter bounce is okay.
Pressure mounting with each shot here for Team Germany. Muskatovic really needs a freeze here to get out of trouble. Otherwise 3 or 4 in the mix.
Von 4. Hinten 4.
Oh, dann weg. Keine
Oh, hinten 4.
Oh, hat Platz.
Kommt runter.
Oh, easy.
Ziellein.
Hat
Hinten 4 in 8.
Hat gar nichts.
Hinten 12.
Gar nichts.
Back 12, as the sweeper's just called.
Uh-oh.
Irgendwas?
Oh.
Oh boy.
Ja, das ist die andere Spur.
And look at that pocket now with the 2 reds.
Gespielt, das erste.
One more stone. Oh, it's a
Yoshi?
half buried top 4. I've heard this before. I know.
Same
I've played this
spot.
game before.
Yes.
フォーフィットタッチが一番いいから。
Shimizu just threw that one on the tee line, so he's going to have a great idea what weight is here. He'll looking for this to be about 2 or 3 feet lighter than the last.
The line's a little bit tighter. To work hard to get this one by.
Not the worst spot there, but hard-working front end here, Kevin. Just couldn't do much more with this.
Well, they
Get
made
to the top 12.
Made sure it didn't overlap. Getting the kiss out now, you've got a red-yellow raise back towards the button and a yellow raise back towards the button. So scary times for Team Germany right now.
Welcome to the World Championships, skipper. Play a freeze against 2 buried in the first end without the hammer.
Linie sehr gut.
Ziellein. Hinten 4.
Nur
Hinten
vorne
4.
4.
Hinten 4.
Oh.
Hinten 8.
Back 4, back 8, what the sweepers are calling.
Hinten 4. Hinten 8.
Still back 8.
Hinten 4.
And can't get those yellow ones out of there with dynamite anymore at this point. So I think the only mistake Team Japan can make here is heavy on this next shot. Would allow a freeze. to get out of trouble, but this stops anywhere in line. Top 8 foot, top 4 foot. They're certainly going to have a shot for a big end. Tsunora with his intern, left-hander.
Top 4 foot, bury a little bit of it. All of it would be perfect, top 4 foot. The line looks
Line's good.
really good coming in. If they can drag it far enough to get to the 4 foot circle. Well, they do.
Oh boy. You can't even freeze that and be third shot at this point.
Oh, it's just a perfect shot. Probably a
Run back?
some kind of run back and hope to get rid of 1 or 2.
Holding them to 3 at this point would actually be okay.
Wenn wir es irgendwie schaffen,
Ja,
nur
Viertel.
2 macht irgendwie. Okay.
Outturn. Ja.
Just a cross nose.
Also
no
lieber
turn.
zu viel über
Could certainly get rid of
lassen,
2 of
als
those yellows.
so
And
zu jammen.
And
Ja,
even
okay.
lose the one you're raising back
Normales
and,
Spiel. Ja.
and hold the hold Team Japan to 2. That would be a tremendous result.
be high fives all around on Team Germany, I think.
Okay.
Problem is if you hit it a little on the right side of centers looking back, the yellow that was just thrown would go right back onto that red at the back of the 4 foot. So
Draw for 5, maybe.
extremely difficult shot here. Totzek looking for a big one here in the first end.
Sauber! Sauber! Wow! Wow! Yoshi! Komm fest! Hard, Josh!
Okay.
And as we detailed,
Unlucky.
dead jam on the back and draw for 4. Perfect start here for Team Japan.
Team Japan probably could play the red-yellow combination with hack weight and maybe get 5. It's fairly lined up.
More fun for us.
It wouldn't be risky. It wouldn't be very risky either.
No, you're right.
よほど違うラインいかない限り。
But this is a fairly simple draw. Same draw. 4.
And the more you look at it, the easier it looks, doesn't it? Red-yellow combination just to the right of the center line goes directly back. Matsumura threw this on us first, though, so he likes the option of 4 is still pretty good. You're in end number 1.
植えて良さそう。植えていいよ。ナイスゲッナイスゲッナイスゲッ植えていいよ。幅余裕あるよ。幅余裕あるよ。植えてだけだ。安川だ。安川曲げ欲しいよ。曲げ欲しい。曲げたい。ここまでは来たい。
Gonna get by the guard. It's all up to the sweepers
T ラインま
here.
で。T ラインまで。あいいよ。来てるよ。来てるよ。来てるよ。あと植えてだけだ。ラインはいい。ラインはいい。ラインはいい。
Very strong end for Team Japan to start this one off.
4 it is for Team Japan, end number 1.
バリバリ言ってた。
get underway here. And number 2, the 2021 Men's World Championship, our feature matchup. Team Japan with a big score of 4 in the first end against the young German team. And bit of an uphill climb now for Team Germany, but old expression, Kevin, if you're going to give up 4, the first end's a good one to do it. You have lots of time to come back.
That's true, and just a little bit excited. Most of the rocks for Team Germany in the first end were just a little bit heavy. Just a case of the heavies into the back 8, and just leaving Team Japan to own the top of the house, and that's troublesome usually, and it certainly was in this case.
And with the 5 rock rule, corner guard thrown by Team Germany. Perhaps another one coming shortly. We'll find out in a moment.
Minus in the top rings. 2 very nice rocks.
Come around is the call from Totsik.
Finde ich gut. Von 8. Vorne 4. Am Platz. Von 8. Easy, von 8. Gut.
It's interesting not having seen many of these teams for over a year, Kevin. You're never 100% sure what to expect, but we saw our first round matchup, some really pretty high quality play from both Denmark and Norway.
Okay, good.
And Team Japan very sharp here to start, but not everyone's played as much as everyone else has. I spoke briefly with Uli Kopp yesterday, the coach from Team Germany. They played a 7-game series to determine a winner to get here and just really practice otherwise. So not many games under the belt here for this young German team.
Yeah, it's hard to practice game situations and just the whole feel of high competition. So it could take a little while to get used to it again. Trying to get this to curl a little bit.
That's my fault. I noted how well they're playing the first end. I'll take full blame for that one.
Finde gut. Draw. Also.
Oder you call, hit and roll oder draw, beides gut. Ist eigentlich egal.
Was? Welcher besser?
Hit and roll or the draw, both are good. As they,
Ja, da finde ich den gut.
4 down, you tend to draw, but whichever one you call, you need to make. You don't want to leave this open, leave a double.
This is a fine call, I think, no problem. Just make sure you stick around in the house with the shooters. Most important part.
Clean. Clean. Achtung. Clean. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Height. Yep. Hard on. Schön. Gut. Ja, ist gut so. Schade.
There's Team Japan coach, old friend Bobby Ursel. Many if you Canadian curling fans would know Bob from his Brier appearances, former world junior champion as well. Fun fact, Kevin, Bobby and I started curling together, same little 2-sheeter club in Montreal and same junior house league team 40 plus years ago. So
wow.
Yeah, small world.
A 2-sheeter.
A little 2-sheeter in Montreal, yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, and as we just briefly mentioned about the hit and roll, good call, but you're definitely going to be leaving some sort of double if you didn't roll buried. And not a bad result there for Team Japan. But as we'll have a quick look at the veteran coach, Uli Kopp. International curling fans will know the Kopp name very well. Multiple Olympic and World Championship appearances for he and his brother. But back coaching
Okay.
with Team Germany, and a little look of concern behind that mask, I suspect, after that first end. But Uli's knows the game very well and is enjoying his role as a coach these days.
Hin 4.
Yep.
Ist gut. Vorne 4.
Hard.
Halt on.
You know, interesting situation now that the German zone is shot in the 4-foot area,
Hard.
but surrounded by yellows.
Pretty nice come around here, around the corner guard.
Nice shot.
Could have also looked at freezing into the pocket so there's no run back at shot stone. A freeze in the middle would have taken away these opportunities.
狙っちゃうからけど。ほぼ平行だからいいとこ当たればこっちも出る。
So we saw a lot of quiet weight hits by Team Japan in the first end. So the question now is, do you want to throw a little more weight and try to make the raise double? Looks like they're going to throw it reasonably quiet and just try to lie 3, hit this on the nose. We talked about it earlier in the first draw. Either is fine, just commit to one, don't get caught in between.
ちょっと速そう。
ちょっと速そうだ。
シンク。Yes. Green. Whoa. Yes. 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 Yes.
Once again, just beautiful weight control for these shots. Excellent execution.
Still not a bad situation for Team Germany. Lots of yellow in the middle there, but certainly hit and roll. They could get 2 behind a corner guard and maybe get rid of 2 yellows here. Maybe 3 yellows. Rattle it through the hole here. And they're happy to make the hit and roll, I think, one way or the other. That's
One more thing, just make sure you hold that shooter. Cannot afford to roll out. That's key to this.
Normal up. Lean. Normal up. Yep. Yep. Come here, Steve. Hard. Go.
Okay.
Okay.
Both reds, difficult to remove. Not a bad shot.
Liegt auf jeden Fall im
These
Weg.
are always scary, Mike, if you're coming around with half weight around a wide rock of the other teams. Because if this happens to rack,
So,
it'll raise the red into the rings. All of a sudden, the 4 is back in play the other way.
Yeah, you and I have clearly missed that shot enough times. We tend to overthrow this one. Just make sure you hit the one in the house, especially 4 ahead. You don't want to be fooling around with this corner guard.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Pretty.
Green.
Oh, they held out there nicely. Well done by the brushers. Well done.
Well by the guard. Very nice shot. Well, getting late in the end. Now time for Germany to deal with these shot stones at this stage, I think, Evan. Maybe hit and roll off your own,
Finde ich auch nicht schlecht.
or do you hit off the back one? Roll buried.
I like this call. Yeah.
Off the back one, yeah.
Off the back one. Roll buried would be terrific, or at least roll a little ways.
And try to avoid leaving a double.
Heck, clean. Bumper, clean. Bumper, clean.
Sweepers
Easy.
like that.
Go.
Right out of the hand.
Go.
Clean.
Back.
Should be very close.
Dom.
Might be a touch on the heavy side. A little bit heavier. They just wanted bump weight, and that was a little bit more than that. So just a touch heavy.
Okay.
Really good throw. Just a little bit heavy.
Going to be difficult to score 2 here now for Team Germany. And if you're Japan, I think you just try to make sure you get rid of this one on the top of the rings, and nose hit would be great, but make it go away. Number 1 priority.
10秒。できるだけノーズに近いところかな。
See, the lead stone thrower Shinyabe is the one who holds the broom for Matsumura. Let the two young guys sweep. Seems reasonable.
Makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
9後半10。
曲がりそうだよ、曲がりそう。
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Trying to be pretty close to the nose here.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Very good.
9.3。
9.3?
9.3。
9.3.
Well, do you take a big risk here and draw around that stone just thrown, Kevin, or do you hit the one at the full 8 foot and try to roll over that way? Not sure I love this call.
No, because even if you make it,
Ja, aber wird ja offen liegen bleiben. Oh, wir sagen halt, wir gehen
A
auf.
few moving parts in that delivery. Reminds me of Torgeir Nergard, actually. We saw him do that for a number of years off of Team Ulsrud, Norway.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of you are bringing moving parts to your point, Mike. And in sports, the less amount of moving parts tends to be advantageous.
More consistent.
So aktuell
Easier to be
gegeben,
consistent.
der hat hier noch gar nichts gemacht.
Ja, aber ich glaube, wir
Great
kommen davon
second
aus, eine ganz
from
andere Spur.
Canadian women's champion Shannon Burchard. She throws it very similar to that.
Weißer 4 noch.
Requires some talent.
You're naming a lot of really good curlers, so there's nothing wrong.
It requires a decent amount of talent to throw the rock that way successfully.
Wir würden dir jetzt auf
All
die
3 of
30
those athletes have had a great deal of success.
Okay, ja, dann zwischen 20 und 30 ist angehört.
Looks like they've gone to the draw. And the challenge here is leaving those stones at the top of the rings here for Team Japan. It's going to be difficult to figure out a way to score 2 out of this mess.
Vorne 8! Ja, vorne 12!
Hard, Jungs.
Top 12 was the sweepers out of their hand.
You're going to have
They
to
called
carry
out.
this a lot.
Center guard isn't great. Now we said that in a situation where it's going to be difficult to score.
Sorry. 20.
If you can bump the yellow on the nose into the 4-foot circle.
Glocke?
I don't think they've actually calling the straight draw, but I'm with you, Kevin. If you can tap that directly back, then the red stone, you couldn't even play a takeout on the one that's being thrown now. You wouldn't be shot stone. So. Quite a mess for Team Germany here in end number 2.
ちょっと待って。待てるよ。ちょっと待って。待てる。5、6。やす。ラインズゲージ。ちょっとある。縦に行く、縦に行く。曲げに行く。手伝。縦。ちょっとだけ。ちょっとだけ離したい。ちょっとだけでいい。
Pretty good. Still a difficult score here for. I mean, I think they can get to the nose or maybe just close to the center line on that left-hand rock. They need to hit it directly on the nose, and they might be shot stone. Probably have to roll a little bit towards the center line.
Might have to draw to the outside.
Oh, boy.
This is tough. You're out in a territory that there may not have hardly been any rocks out here.
In practice.
And even in practice. This is probably the right call, Mike. But
Very difficult.
Boy, tough.
Auf die T-Line.
Ja, let's go. Ja, finde ich gut.
So Totzek. The very difficult last shot here in end number 2 to get on the board.
Okay, aktiver.
Sehr aktiv.
Team, wow.
Sehr aktiv.
Hinten 4.
Geht gut.
Hinten 4.
Back 4 is the call from the sweepers.
Hat Platz.
Links
Warten.
perfekt.
Jetzt geht
Hinten
warten.
4.
Nur T-Line.
Kommt runter.
Schaut schnell aus.
Line's really good. If the weight's really good. This would be an amazing shot.
Good.
May have slid a little too far. Heck of an effort. And that, I'll guess one yellow. They're going to do a measure.
I'm sort of liking red, Mike.
Well, for those of you who have not heard Kevin and I commentate before, I am typically wrong on these guesses, so would not be surprising if I just maintained my perfect record of never being right.
It's important to be consistent in this world.
It's a gift.
If it is one for Germany, that is an amazingly good draw. That is tough to go out in uncharted territory and find the 4-foot circle.
That's
close
pretty good,
to it.
pretty good regardless, wasn't it? And the sweepers are right on it. They knew it was back 4. You see the official just waiting. If they want to observe, the measurement, they have to be wearing a mask in the house with the officials, which makes sense. So, Shinya Abe already had his mask handy. He was at the proper end. Part of the protocols here at the World Championships is that each team is assigned to one specific end of the sheet. So, a little different from what we've seen in past years.
The players do quite like having their own end, though.
Extra space.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
My record remains intact. One red.
Nice draw.
Beautiful
Well done.
shot. Nobody more surprised than me, but perhaps the German team also feeling the same way. 4-1 here after 2.
Von oben hat es fast anders ausgeschaut, ja? Ja.
前半3エンドはしっかり取るように仕掛けて、
ちのターンも行っちゃったから。ちょっと外はさ、ドイツさ一回さピールしちゃったけどさ、ああいうことでしょ。難しいんだよ。すごく中の白からさ、あと半分からまでは多分曲がると思うって考えてます。
やばいな。
Well, heck of a draw there from Totzek. Just stay in this game early, Kevin. 8-0 start would have been a little much, but 4-1 sounds much better, and I think they've got their feet under them now. So, Team Germany looking to figure out a way to slowly claw their way back here in our feature matchup.
Just a deep breath, too. You know, make a great shot like that. And okay, I'm ready for the World Championship now. Here we go.
As this rock from Abe comes to rest, we have an update from a really big matchup here, the Olympic silver and bronze medalists, Sweden and Switzerland. Switzerland jumped out to a 2-0 lead after the first end, Kevin, and the Dean with a shot here in number 2.
A really well played end by Team Sweden. A very patient individual, of course, Nicholas Dean, and set the end up very, very well, and now has a chance. It's not easy going wide and trying to a bite of the forefoot is what's needed. Wanting it right on the tee, just needing a bite of the forefoot. Very well done, a nice 2 and tie game. And I imagine this will be a real good one all the way down the stretch.
Yeah, Team Dean, 2-time defending champions. Looking for an unprecedented 5th World Championship. They're going to have a few rocks to play here as well, as a couple of nice freezes made early in the end, and Japan going to try to find a way to score more than one, and Germans would love to steal one here.
Trying to make the outturn freeze.
In 4.
Wo ist er?
T-Line.
Sicher? Okay, dann vorbei. Dann vorbei. Dom. Achtung. Achtung. Alles.
This is the audible, I believe, trying to go around now.
Ja. Halt. Komm. Alles.
Wow. That is a very good heads-up call by the sweepers to let the skip know it was back forefoot. And well swept.
Ist nicht schlecht.
You did see Matsumura indicate that the Yellowstone is shot rock, and as we watch a quick replay of the sweeping, this ticks that yellow. It could be trouble, but well managed.
Okay.
But with Japan being shot stone here and with a big lead, they're just going to go up and remove the center guard and force Team Germany to press a little if they want to figure out a way to steal.
One thing though is with the red stone in the back 4, if another red stone was to freeze to it, it would be shot. So it turned out to be in a pretty good spot.
Call that a good miss.
A good miss, yes. Something usable later in the end. Center guard though is the right call for now. Be patient.
Ist ein bisschen enger. 2 bisschen enger.
Linie gut.
Hey, 2
Endormi, Köln stark. Halt.
So this just becomes a bit of a guessing game for both teams. How many guards would Germany be willing to throw, and how many would Japan be willing to peel? It's a bit of a guess.
Team Japan knows at some point there's going to be a freeze played to that back red one, which will be shot rock. Nobody knows when that is, other than, of course, Team Germany.
Throw one more guard. If I was Team Japan, I think if it got to a point, thirds first rock, you'd have to think Germany's got to go on thirds last. So do you take the initiative and go there first? Risk the steal, but the reward is you score 2 or 3 again and really take a control here early. So we're about to find out. This is the last second stone for Team Japan coming up. I think the Germans have to throw one more guard. Would you agree?
Well, I peel this, and I'm not sure about that. We'll see. I think you might see it come around right now, or maybe even a bump to sit 2. Maybe. I like to come around better.
Also normal, der geht hinten vorbei. Wir liegen genau an dem hier Freeze, liegen hinten Shot und mit dem hier Shot.
So looking at throwing a quiet weight hit near the nose somewhere, miss their back red, they'd lie first, second, and fourth, corner frozen to the yellow. Again, you have to be really close to the nose here.
Control, gell?
We saw a quick update from the silver and bronze medal game. The Olympic champions, John Schuster here representing the United States of America, taking on Team China.
John does have a chance to come around and bump for a big 3, but very difficult. Rock is completely buried.
Stay with it, Matt. Steiner, go.
Watch John Landsteiner trying to make this curl. And a beautiful touch there from the Olympic champion. Scoring 3. Take control of things there on sheet B.
Take them right off.
Second Matt Hamilton with the COVID haircut there, or lack thereof, I should say. Full on flow for Matthew. Nice to see. Nice to see anyone out these days, to be honest. But back on our feature sheet, the hit was made, rolled off a little bit, and I don't know if that red one hung around the wings there, Kev.
I think that's a biter. I do believe that'll be a biter.
I'm not allowed to guess anymore, so I'll go with your early in the competition. I'm already out after half a game and a third. I think you make the double on these 2 yellows, even hitting either one first, depending what they want to do. But
hitting the center line one first is the safer way to play it. There's no jam against the biter.
That would kick that yellow on the left straight sideways. Chance to lie 3. It's really not a great chance to steal here for Team Germany, but certainly forcing Japan to score one would be moral victory. Get the hammer back in end number 4. Need to make a nice double here, though. It's funny, this challenging double is the easiest shot that Totzek faced so far in this game. So he's been under pressure most of the way so far. Needs a double.
Whoa, nein! Yoshi, hard! Hard, Yoshi!
Don't think it's going to catch the side one.
Yeah.
Unforced error and potential for a pretty easy 2-ender here now for Team Japan.
A fairly basic hit and stay.
As long as they can roll a little bit to the left as we're looking at it. There might be a double there, but nothing where they can make the double and stay in the rings. So it'll be
can't really afford to give up a 2 here, though. Mike.
No.
Down 6-1, you might have to play the freeze.
Really nice weight control. As we watch the decision being made here, let's go over to sheet D. Team Russia Curling Federation up 3-0, playing Team Korea.
And really the first opportunity in this game for Team Korea. It's been sort of lopsided so far. But a nice chance here to draw into the 8-foot circle. Well, the line looks okay. They're worried about the corner guard for a little bit, but no problem. And right into the 4-foot. Nicely done.
Good shot for that team. Maybe get them settled down. They lost quite badly to Italy 7-1 earlier today. So first multiple point end for Team Korea in this championship. And you saw the double attempt there and made by Tutsik, wonderful shot to get out of trouble. Will allow Team Japan the blank attempt here, but could have been worse. As you say, they couldn't afford to give up 2.
No, that was a wonderful shot. Like you say, Mike, just getting their feet under them a little bit now. A beautiful draw last end. Nice double there.
Haven't seen too many lefties out here on the ice, Kev, but Matsumura with his intern. A compact setup. Strong leg drive. Getting close to the sideboards. Never a doubt. A little scary going down there, but well done. Good blank. And Team Japan will retain last rock advantage as we head to end number 4. Up 4-1 after 3.
いや今の感じでいいんじゃない？
配置もうちょっと角度を気をつけながら。
いや最後でしょ。ああだいぶ落ちてて。
Zwei, mittlere. Sehr weit. Yoshi ran, Yoshi ran. Gleich Yoshi. 2, 3.
3. Easy, Yoshi, machen wir nur heavy clean.
Mal schauen.
3.
Schauen.
Okay. Oh, easy, läuft Yoshi.
Ist gut.
Oh, nicht zu tief.
16,5. 16,5.
Oh, perfekt, Domi. Schöner
Sehr
Stein.
schön.
Ach, hier hoch läuft es irgendwie besser, oder? Zumindest die
Ja,
Spur.
habe ich auch das Gefühl. Ja.
Ja, kommt schon noch.
Okay, Lines geht. Lines geht. Okay. ちょっとあるかい。ラインは悪くないよ。ちょっと外目だけど、そんなに悪くはなさそう。
5かな。
手作り。Yes. Yes. クリーン。あ、ごめん、測れた。
Update from Sheet C. Adine de Cruz, last rock thrower for Team Switzerland. Benoit Schwartz, Kevin, with a draw against a few, it looks like.
Yes, Team Sweden with another very good end, a solid end to get their deuce back to tie, and now kept this house split. And there's no choice for Benoit but to throw the draw into the 4-foot circle. Benoit's got a terrific touch, though. Doesn't miss many of these, and no problem. Right into the 4-foot for a single. 3-2, Switzerland after 3.
And back to our feature matchup. Team Japan, Team Germany here in the 4th end. Japan 3 up with last rock. And of course, Team Germany throwing. Oh, we got a little handle malfunction, appears. So the yellow handle for Team Japan, as they tried to turn the rock over, kind of popped right off. First time these rocks have been used in the bubble, and these handles in the bubble. There's first 3 events, the Canadian men's, women's, and mixed doubles events. They did not use the touch handle, so this is the first time these have been used. And that one looks like it requires more than duct tape to fix, Kev.
Yeah. Greg Wasco, the head ice maker, out to check on it and try to resolve the issue.
Usually they have a couple of spare handles in the back, so we'll see what happens. And you know, for most club curlers observing this, you know, you think, well, just throw a different stone, but these players have spent a lot of time over the last couple of days trying to match these rocks for speed, for the amount of curl they've got. And this is a new set being used in this event compared to what has been used for the previous 3 events that we just spoke about. So there is no advantage for Team Canada, Team Botcher, who was here for the Briar, of course, and the mixed doubles. So a new set of stones in play.
The same set was used for the first 3 events, but now there's a different set for here.
Look across the 4 sheets. Team USA, they had the big 3-ender against Team Zhou from China. There's Greg Wasco. For those of you wondering how these rocks are attached, there's a bolt that goes right through the center of the stone. So Greg's got the magic touch. Magic tool, I should say.
Basically a very large Allen key is what it is. Got a new one.
Ratchet it on and be good to go.
Turning it because it may have warmed up slightly, being turned that long. So turning it to cool the running edge back down, so there's no issue with the throw.
And has these handles, they have there's like touch technology, whereas like if you're touching the stone, soon if you touch it after the rock crosses the hog line, the lights will go off on it. But to activate the sensor, you turn the rock over to clean it. It's how things get going here. So we'll see what happens as he lets the rock go. And there's a green light. Good news.
Green is for good.
Green is for good.
Yes, yes, line, line. Yes, yes, line, yes, 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 yes.
Very nice come around right to the face of the yellow. So there's certainly nothing wrong with the rock. Certainly. Ran normal down there.
20, von 8, hab Platz.
Von 8.
Hab Platz. Von
Weg ist
8.
gut.
Wenn Domi.
See, there's a bit of a pocket.
Wenn Domi.
So try to freeze this between the red and the yellow in the top 4 foot. Makes it extremely difficult to remove.
The sweepers like the weight and the skip likes the line. But looks like they're going to get caught out here a little. Not bad though. Staggered guards up the middle.
Domi, was hat es den?
Was?
Was hat es den?
20.
And again, 3 up with last rock. No need to take any chances here at this point for Team Japan, especially when they're sitting shot stone top of the 4 foot.
You'll make Team Germany make the tough shot. Could play yellow, the red rock in the top 12 onto the yellow, and roll your shooter behind the yellow corner to sit 2 or 3.
Also,
Be a
ich hätte
pretty
jetzt
good
gesagt, der
result.
Run wäre eine Option.
Also vor den Roten. Ja, aber wieso so schnell? Ich würde ihn vielleicht nur so tappen, weißt du? Den einzigen, den ich sehe, ist halt der Tap.
That's what they're talking about.
Ja, dann spiel die Guard nochmal.
2.
I'm going to throw one more guard and then
That's fine.
maybe make a play on that stone at the
Zwei,
top
oder?
12.
2, ja.
I would imagine appeal would be played with the scoreboard what it is.
2. Linie gut.
3,
2.
ist Linie.
Linie gut. Linie ist gut. 2. Kurt 4. Mucki. Mucki. 2. Mucki. Mucki halt. Ja. Ja. Oh, okay. Okay. Der steppt richtig ab da, gell?
Ja.
Oder?
Komisch.
Alles gut, solange links offen bleibt.
Oh, very high guard.
Gut.
Not sure what a good option for Japan would be other than Peel here, Kevin.
With the scoreboard, this is the right call. Peel the guard.
Well, team RCF in complete control here over on sheet D.
Team Korea tried to make a cross-house double on his last and was very, very close through the rock 100 mile an hour, but just hit it a touch thin and leaves this out-turn draw to, well, just hit the paint for 3. Hands are up, very nicely done. Solid end again. 6-2.
The guessing game continues. Another guard, another Peel. When do you make a move for either team? I suggest
Soon.
Germany might want to make a play here on that situation in the middle.
One more guard, it looks like. It's getting very late in the end, and that Yellowstone, Team Japan, is sitting 1, so it has to be dealt with pretty soon.
2-3. Linie gut. 2-3.
Sehr aktiv.
Wo ist er? 2-3. Nee, nur auf die 2. 3. Hat auch mehr Platz. 3. 2. 2.
Oh.
Kommt runter. 2.
Easy.
Yoshi. Ja.
Yoshi.
Park.
Park. An die Center.
Gut.
Ideal. Sehr schön. Sehr schön.
I guess the good news for Team Germany is there not a lot that Team Japan can do with the situation in the 4-foot area.
Other than the draw for 2 in the end.
At the end, yes. They're going to play one more Peel.
I like this call. Right now, you've sort of owned the button area, and you've got an out-turn and an in-turn draw for your 2. It's a pretty nice spot to be in. Team Japan.
Drei hier drauf, wir bleiben hier liegen. Den schieben wir komplett raus. Wir liegen als Center Guard, also da vorne, Freeze auf dem gelben und der ist draußen und eventuell sind wir mit dem roten Shot.
Willst du mit Board spielen oder?
Ne, einen Tick schneller. Der Vierer muss auf jeden Fall raus.
Talking, tapping that red back 12-foot weight
Also
onto the yellow so that the red stone will be shot outside of the 4-foot. Good in theory, extremely high degree of difficulty.
Hier halt.
Ja.
Also fast Nase.
Ja, aber ich würde schon
Control oder?
Heavy Control, ja. Control arbeiten.
Actually going with more weight now.
So fast.
Ja,
Control.
I
genau
like this
Nase.
call. Red onto yellow.
those.
That yellow will tick the red in the top 4-foot and have a lot of spin on it. So the top yellow will spin out of the house
Control ab.
if hit perfectly. Might even get both yellows out of the house and sit 3. So this would huge upside on this one. Once again, though, it's a raise. It's not easy.
Well, like I said, degree of difficulty is quite high. Seems to be a recurring theme for Team Germany. Skip.
Control up.
Sauber. Oh. Achtung. Ja. Wow. Wow. Sauber. Dummy. Dummy. Hard. Hard.
Good. Nice.
Hard to do much better. Really good shot.
Auch nicht schlecht.
Not bad. You're. I say it's very good, actually.
Very good.
Wow. Wow. Sauber. Dummy. Dummy. Hard. Hard.
Good. Nice. It's good.
Yeah, hard to imagine a much better result than that, unless you throw more weight, get that yellow right out of play.
Das war immer der so gespinnt ist, weil er an dem roten touchiert hat. Dann ist das so in der Brille gelaufen.
Again, 4-1 ahead here. I think if you're Team Japan, trying to just hit lie second and third and leave yourself a shot on your last.
Right on the nose. It's a perfect spot here.
Yeah, should have something pretty easy to score on your last if you can do that.
Hey. Hey. Bei dir. Hey. Jetzt. Jetzt. Wow, wow, wow. Hey. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Well, you try to sink another one around that red guard, Kevin. They're looking at the double to lie 3, which is fine, but you're still going to leave a pretty easy shot to score.
I certainly like to come around into the forefoot, and that's a good situation. Understandably there will be a raised double or triple, but that's never easy.
Oder ein Open Draw daneben für uns. Was hältst du von Out?
Even throw it right where that rock just was top 8 foot, right on the center line.
Ich überlege
Thin
gerade, wenn wir
double
hier
for
kurz
2, but it's
bleiben, ist
definitely
nicht
there.
schlimm.
So.
Wenn man so rumspielen, aber ich finde so rum schon gut.
Wie würdest du dann sagen?
I think if you made a decent draw, I think you'd see Japan draw themselves.
Ja.
Halb offen.
Ja.
Echt
Ja.
so?
So, dass die eigentlich in eine Linie schauen. Ja, ja hierher.
Interesting, they're going to the other side of the sheet.
Schick mehr.
So meinst der Champ drauf?
I'd
Weiß
certainly
nicht,
be
dass wir
tempted
ganz
to
zum
throw
Schluss den noch rumkriegen.
the
Am
outturn
Ende Finish ist gut, aber am Anfang bleibt es
myself.
Okay.
Myself as well.
Wird gut,
Yes,
wird schön laufen,
turn,
ja.
and you can get more of the forefoot that way.
And also, if you're a little light, top 8 foot, it blocks the path for Team Japan as well.
Nur vorne
So,
Acht.
Also genau voll im 8-Fuß. Die anderen sind halb im 8-Fuß.
so regardless of what happens here with this stone, I think you'll see Team Japan play the in-turn draw for lefty on their last, unless he happens to take the guard, leave him an open hit for 3 or something. But big shot again for Totzek. A lot of pressure.
Vorne 8!
Linie gut.
Vorne 4! Vorne 8!
Linie
Vorne
gut.
4! Softer, gell?
Tommy.
Tommy. Vorne 4!
Hard down.
Vorne 4!
Oh, easy dann. Lass ihn sumpfen. Genau zum Besen.
Trying to make it curl.
Tommy, du musst viel können. Oh, straight. Ja.
Pretty good result.
Curl.
Really couldn't have walked it down much better than that.
Excellent shot. He's made a lot of very good shots since first
Er ist
end.
nicht
No,
schlecht. So ein Stück kürzer.
Trying to see if there's enough room to make the double. Gosh, I don't like that at all, Kevin.
with the scoreboard where it is.
They don't need 2, they need to score.
まあ1個出れば。
まあ、前だけは触りたくないと。
うん。
どっちなんですね。別にこっちでもいいけどね。
They got there eventually.
I like the decision.
ソフトハンド。
オッケ
する方です。
If you ever did play that double attempt and ended up being a little inside, hit the guard, you raise it right onto the yellows and you give 3.
Tie game.
So this is certainly the right call, but not an easy shot.
First real pressure shot we've seen for Matsumura, so it's his turn. Can he answer the call? Last rock here in number 4, facing 2 German counters. Sweepers on it immediately.
Keep going. Yes, keep going. Yes.
Well, they're carrying this rock well. It needs to get right to the forefoot. Oh, well done.
Wow. No decision. Head down and go. Great work by Tanida and Shimizu to get that to the button and carry a 4-point lead. After 4 ends, Japan leads 5-1. Fifth end coverage of our feature game. Team Japan, Team Germany. Wonderful draw made by Yuta Matsumura, well, made by his sweepers really. Took it end to end to score 1, facing a couple of German counters and then number 4. So Germans now with the hammer here in the 5th, looking to find a way to score multiple points with last rock to tighten things up at the halfway break.
Probably time when you're down 5-1, playing 5, that you need to throw the 2 corners. It's probably time to use the 5 rock rule for what it was meant, and that's throwing 2.
And conversely, with a 4-point lead, Team Japan does not want any rocks out front. Couple of heavyweight teams on sheet C. Sweden, Switzerland. Looks like a Swiss stone shot rock at the back of the button. Kevin, for Adine.
Team Switzerland has owned this end right from the start. 2 beautiful come-arounds into the forefoot, and they've remained the entire end. And now it's an incredibly tough draw, trying to hit the side of the button. A bigger chunk of the button than the back yellow. Cannot afford to rub that top red, though, or else there won't be room. And that's exactly what happens. Just over curled a bit. Weight was good. Steal of 1. 4-2, a tremendous end by Team Switzerland.
Yeah, first time on the ice for both of those teams, and as you predicted, Kevin, the double corner guard goes up. There's a couple of options. Always throw two on the same side. Team Kui favors that method, and many other teams will go the corner on the opposite side of the sheet. Just something you would work on as a team, or have a decision made prior to the game, what tactic you're going to use.
Yeah, teams are just more comfortable with one or the other. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, from a strategic point of view. You just need lots of rocks in play and make some good shots to give yourself a chance to make a 2 or a 3 this end.
Interesting. Team Japan 4 up, happy to mix it up. Throwing a center, so I'll go out on a limb and say there won't be a blank end here.
Den vierten Acht. Du kannst auch Hack spielen. Und vor denen Backline.
Okay.
It's a fairly long guard. I like this call a lot. There's no sense worrying about that. It's just Team Germany's friend, that long guard. So come around and try to bump the buried stone out from behind the guard. Not easy, but could really set up a good end if made.
Back. Platz. Backline. Oh, wenn Dummy. Backline.
Roller den anderen.
Wenn Dummy. Geht nicht mehr. Den anderen. Okay. Halt.
So just a little bit too late deciding. Could have jumped that rock a little earlier and hit the shot stone, maybe rolled behind. Sort of got stuck in the middle.
Yeah, the indecision is usually a problem, regardless of what shot you're playing. They say getting caught in between. Commit to one or the other and try your best.
Yes.
Two trying to make this curl. Very nicely done.
Team Japan have made a lot of rolls already in this game. Just that nice control weight, good sweeping.
Yeah, they're throwing a weight that they can manage. Keep it straight, try to make it curl if you need to. Good lesson for anyone watching.
Heck weight,
You
bumper.
always need to throw a takeout as hard as you can.
Clean. Platz. Dom. Hard Dom. Hard Dom. Hard Dommy. Hard. Hard.
Really hard.
Trying to make this curl.
Okay.
Not bad.
Schöner Stein.
With leaving all these yellows in play. We're going to go sheet B. China versus USA, and it's like a double for 3 here, Kevin.
Definitely is. Not easy though. Nose hit, I don't think will do it. Needs to be on the inside. And maybe move the one frozen in front far enough for 3. It is there, but difficult.
Pretty easy shot for 2.
Yes.
Zhou Xiang, skip, last rock thrower. Very experienced player. This is wide. And disastrous result there. I'm not sure if they're shot stone or not.
Pocket rein, es geht nicht, oder?
Der hier.
Big swing. Tie game could have been.
Sorry. Yeah.
Looks like it's yellow. I'll see if my perfect record stays intact, Kevin. And I'm wrong, but if you look under the stone, you can see a little bit of white paint under that red one, and I don't see any under the yellow. That's the giveaway.
So the yellow is likely closer to the middle, so you're thinking. Yes. That was a bad miss, though. You know, anywhere near the rock, and you get 2. Shooter might have rolled out. You would have got 2.
What up?
Difficult for 3, but
Halt!
to have to settle for 1 or even worse, a steal, not good.
Halt! Halt! Alles! Bis zum Schluss.
Jupp, komm. Roll, noch Stück.
Okay. Schön gespielt.
Pretty good roll there. Just needed to go another few inches to roll buried.
Okay.
I'm just going to get ready now and say that Totek's going to have a very difficult shot.
Again.
First or second. Seems they said recurring theme here for the German skip.
同じウェイトかな。同じでいい。いいよ。今ちょっと早かったけど。
Needs some shots from his teammates.
Yes. 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 Hi. Yes. Yes. Free. Yes. Yes.
Line looks really good. Trying to roll this close to the center line again. That was a very difficult shot.
And there's Skip John Schuster, third Chris Plies, and it was indeed a steal of 1 for the U.S. Dodging a bullet there from Team China.
Good eye, Mike.
I'm what, 1 in 1,000 now, I think. I think it was more of a hopeful measure from Team China as opposed to when you thought you actually had a chance. Nice roll, but getting late in the end, it's going to be hard to make that one count. It is third shot, but Japan now throwing. Line 2, and only 4 rocks to come here, Kevin. What do you like?
I like the outturn come around, exactly what they're playing. Right to the top button, side of the button, right there. Yes, that would be perfect, because then there's no, if you make the double, if the yellow double is made, then it's a nose hit and the force is on. So just make sure this is mostly buried.
And ideally your third shot. Anywhere in front of the tee line.
Yeah, it's very, very important to be in front of the tee. Absolutely.
Yes. Line get. Yes. ここで。タッチしないから。こう。ちょっと飽きたよ。ラインゲット。いいよ、ラインはいいよ、ラインはいいよ、ラインはいいよ。ラインゲット。ラインはいいよ。ここまで、ここまで。ここまで。
Really nice line. Good weight. And you say the double's available on the left side of the sheet, but
even if it's made, you either draw around the center again, or the nose hit, depending on how it all ends up. So well played. Nice touch. Really, really good touch.
Was macht er, wenn du ihn hinten Dolly spielst? Er freest drauf, oder?
It's almost time where you have to take on the double and hope for a bit of help.
Ich würde normal spielen, ja.
Team Japan has not been very helpful, though,
no.
so far.
Keep making shot after shot.
Wird ein bisschen,
How annoying.
Yes, but I think you do have to try this.
Sure.
Make the double. Just make sure you hold the shooter, and then hope for a half a miss to get your 2 points.
So if the double's made, as you say, that red stone will be full 12.
Be a little careful not to have the yellow that's in the forefoot slide over and knock your red out.
Normal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Normal.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Tommy!
hard down. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice. Good.
Excellent shot. So that's step one.
Tommy. Hard down.
Good communication on this shot. Nice weight control.
Nice. Good.
Made the triple. Very nice.
So now for Team Germany, they're watching going well. A nose hit here would give us a double. Be quite the 2 points. You have to go double-double.
Yeah, any roll at all towards the center line would be helpful for Team Japan to avoid that situation.
ちょっと早めいいな。10だよ。早い。ウェイト結構よ。
Do the trick. Pretty good shot. I don't know if you can hit that thin enough to make the
Weil du
double.
kannst einen halb treffen und es lang, wenn du daher schiebst.
It's probably there.
Intern? Ja.
Denkst du, so ist gut mit dem
Ja,
Eis?
Tick weniger.
I think so. Yeah.
Enough room to get
That's
by the
high.
guard, hit it thin enough to get both yellows out and stay for two.
It's probably a half rock. Double.
Let's go.
Throw a little bit of pace on it. Have to throw this fairly hard.
There's a good look at it from the front. Enough room by the guard, certainly, to make this shot. Last rock, the fifth end on its way.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Sauber. Whoa. Whoa, Dummy. Whoa. Hard down.
It's close. Very close.
Yes.
Well done.
Jetzt
Great shot.
Really good. Score of 2 here for Team Germany.
Geiler Shot, let's go.
A couple of very nice doubles from
Man hätte
Skipper.
noch kurz gerade
Nee, die hab ich
reingewischt, wär's
vorgelegt,
frei.
and some smiles as they head to the break.
Gut. Die kurze Guard war so.
I'll check out some highlights from the first half here, Kevin, and perfect start here for Team Japan in end number 1.
It really was the entire end, and a nice opportunity anytime early in a game you can come out and have a good first end and have an in-turn draw for the lefty skip, of course, to the 4-foot circle, and no problem at all. And that's a huge 4-ender to get this one started.
Germany scored 1 in the second and finally applied some pressure here.
A really well played end. Yes, a beautiful draw to the top 4-foot, forcing Team Japan to probably the first pressure shot of the game for them. An in-turn draw, Utah's in-turn. Needing full 4-foot, the sweepers this time that over 15 seconds hog to hog carried to the button. fantastic job sweeping. I wasn't positive when I looked at my stopwatch that that was going to get there, so well done.
And a much needed bounce back here for Team Germany to tighten things up as we head to the break.
Yeah, it's one of these ones where you call it a skipper's deuce. A double on the first shot, and now look, another double. Double for two. Fantastic.
Gut. Wann hätten wir Dommys Kurze gerade reingewischt? Wir haben 2.
We'll update Korea Team RCF 6-2 ahead here, and just really they've controlled the entire game here, Kevin. Team RCF has, and
very difficult in turn. Kind of a, well, it was wanted about a hack weight shot, trying to hit just off the nose and maybe get 2, but score for sure. Racks the guard, and that's another 2 points. So 8-2 now.
And as we catch up with the other games out there, we saw the update with China missing that very makeable shot for 3. They're down 4-0, playing the 6th end, and Sweden, Switzerland, a couple of the favorites coming in. The Swiss holding a 2-point lead in end number 6.
Okay. Okay.
Nee, ich glaube, für richtig reinarbeitet. Das ist so ein Spiel, guter Gegner, wo man sagt, wenn jetzt einfach jeder Stein wertvoll ist, den wird es gut spielen.
Absolut.
Und einfach das Feeling kriegen für die Situation. Das ist wirklich besser jetzt schon. Also von der Länge noch mal gucken, auch schauen jetzt vielleicht, dran denken, zweite, ganz kurz, dran denken, zweite Spielhälfte, wenn er über die Mitte rauslegt, dass er dann nicht rennen dann.
Ja,
Mitten über die Fläche.
Ja.
Genau. Okay?
Well, after 5 ends, no surprise, see Team Japan 93% as a team. Well ahead of Team Germany, 74%, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. 2 points ahead at the break with last rock advantage.
Hat auch viel Platz. Wow, geht nicht. Vorne 4.
You're watching live coverage from the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Our 5th end break is completed in our feature match. Here's the line score, big for the difference so far in this one. Germany clawing their way back a little there, Kevin, in number 5, but 2 up with the hammer at the break. I know Japan would be very happy at this stage.
Team Germany, though, they're coming around. You know, since the first end, playing better. Forced Team Japan into a very difficult draw, which was made, and then 2 doubles to get 2 points. So they should feel pretty good about the last couple 3 ends of their game. Now it's a matter of trying to put some pressure on here.
And down 2 without last rock, you need a guard, and unfortunately didn't get one. Now it's the 5 rock rule becomes the 3 rock rule for Team Germany, not able to get the stone out front to start. Simplifies Team Japan's life a little bit. Shinyabe has been asked for come around here, and solid first half for him, 95%.
Setting up the ends well. Trying to come around here, making sure to stay in front of the tee line. top 8, and maybe even into the top 4 would be just fine. Won't be overly happy with that. Sliding behind the tee line sets up for a potential freeze situation.
Joshua Suter has struggled with draw weight in this game and usually going heavy with his misses, which isn't all that unusual. First game at a World Championship, adrenaline flowing. The line's quite good here. Weights in the ballpark.
Lock it on.
Good.
Not bad.
Wie viel Abstand? Okay.
Shot stone.
Ja, da sollte man nicht switchen bei den Draws, generell nicht.
Mostly buried. And Tanita being asked for the freeze.
Yes. Green. Yes.
One thing I've been impressed with so far from Team Japan is just the way they manage to stone down the sheet. Lots of communication, very vocal, quieter weight hits than we're seeing from Team Germany. Certainly that a little more manageable.
12 Beißer ist ja auch in Ordnung dann, oder?
Ist die Option, ja.
Okay.
And now that Team Germany has shot stone, they're going to throw up another guard. And cross their fingers for a few stones here.
Scary when your rock is surrounded, but I think this is the right call. Throw a guard and just see. Maybe we'll get a little bit of help. They haven't had much so far. Everything they've gotten so far, they've had to really, really work hard for.
Linie ist perfekt. 3. Linie ist super.
3.
Mucki.
Ist genau 3.
Mucki. 2. Ja. Ein bisschen runter.
1. Dann Länge.
1.
Ja. Ja. Schön. Sehr schön.
Gut.
Very nice. Trying for the double peel. If by chance this were to be missed, you could throw a very long guard and have a chance to get a steal. It's a big one right here. Okay.
Ein bisschen.
There's nowhere to go in the forefoot. You know, I know he's looking to figure out how to get another rock in there, but there's just nowhere good to go that wouldn't leave Japan a shot. So, to your point, Kevin, throw the guard.
And a nice long one. Keep lots of separation. Not too close together.
2. Linie ist gut. Nein, finde ich gut. 1, 2. Linie ist gut.
Skadovic at 65% been outplayed by his opponent at third, and really has created some difficulty for his own skip. That's a good, decent shot. Would like to a little higher perhaps, and a little straighter, less of an angle.
Ich hatte 60 auf der Uhr.
16.
Another double attempt here coming.
60, das war
Okay, sorry.
Setsuro Shimizu 95. That's a significant advantage, and there's another great shot from Team Japan third. Beautiful.
Just got those guards a little bit too close together with somebody shooting at 95%. Made that look easy, but it was not.
I guess the good news for Team Germany, they still have a good opportunity here. It's harder to throw one guard perfectly, though. You already had one helping. to start.
Sehr aktiv. Oh, sehr aktiv.
2, 3 bis 4.
And I suspect you can see about a third of that red stone.
Gut, Joshi,
We'll
ran.
look at it here
3, 4. Okay.
as it comes into play. Tighter than that, but only about a quarter of that red stone showing on the right-hand side.
Halt stark.
Yoshi,
With shot for 2
Yoshi,
for
Ein bisschen runter.
Japan if nothing changed.
Oh, oh.
So they can do a decent job guarding here. Might have a chance. That's pretty good.
Nice spot.
Ah, das ist geil.
8。
Let's go back over to sheet B, China, USA, and John Schuster has his team in good shape here. Rock dead buried behind a couple center guards, so much more difficult shot here for Team China on their last and 6th.
Team China has been trying a lot of different offensive moves this end, trying to get something to work, but Team USA have just made all the shots. They've just played very, very well, and now it's a wide out-turn draw to the forefoot.
等下线带，别着急啊。
要他就得下延长，不行，线路很大。要他得下线啊。
提线啊 ，hard。
Out there needing to finish, and a good chunk of the forefoot needs to finish up.
That was really well swept.
Very nicely done. For 1, 4-1 now.
On the board, first point of the championship for Team China, but in trouble against the Olympic champions.
但是无疑正常点14秒8，
In our feature game, we saw the call from Matsumura to play a little tap. Tried to roll over, but didn't really move anything far enough.
3, 1,
You
2.
see
1 bis 2.
Dotzik's
1 bis 2. 2.
percentage through 5 ends. You say, okay, that's not very good, but some of the shots he's faced have been almost impossible. So I'd say there's a good 65 and a bad 65. That's a good 65, that one. Made 2 beautiful doubles last end to score 2 points.
Okay.
And they are shot stone, but fingers crossed and hoping for a miss again here. It's a very lonely red in there, Kev.
Looks like Team Japan can maybe see a little bit of that yellow in the top 8. Maybe, and if you could ever bump it, then that red moves back. But it is almost buried. A tough, very difficult shot.
As we pan out, you'll see that guard just over curled an inch or so. So that red rock just off the center line. Probably throw, what, back line to almost hack maybe, Kevin, and hit enough of that yellow?
And that red may stick in the back 4, back 8, but it will not be shot stone.
Possibly only 3rd or 4th shot. Matsumura, 98. That works. Fourth stone thrower. Easy for me to say.
This needs to move though. This is out there a little ways. Don't think so.
That was not the ideal miss. Wrecking on the guard would have been much better than that. So we've seen a lot of in-turns so far in this game from Matsumura. It's the first out-turn we've seen. A lot of rotation.
Pretty nice throw.
Just heavy, I think, Kevin, more than anything.
I think they're thinking just back line to hack, and you can see that that rock is still does have a lot of pace on it yet. So just a little bit heavy on that throw.
And all of a sudden, chance to maybe get within 1 here if they can figure out a way to steal. That's going to throw a very high guard.
3.
I think the danger is if you come in too tight, you could leave a run back for multiple points.
3.
9.
Leicht dahinter.
Sauber.
Wanting this long, but this is definitely coming in tight.
Well, you definitely want to maybe try to bury a little bit then, but that should prevent the tap, or does it?
Curled a long ways. Might still be there.
Just another quiet weight shot missed by having it overthrown. The German team seems to be the theme today. And conversely here, Matsumoto, he needs to bring his weight down just a little bit, similar ice to what he just had. And
it did take a couple 3 inches less ice on this one, so
let the sweepers get involved.
Yes. Well, very good sweepers. Might as well use them.
Last rock on its way. And number 6. Chance for multiple points, perhaps. Much better line on this one. Will it move enough? Made contact with the maul. I'm not even going to venture guess, but it does look red.
It's one red.
Big steal for Team Germany. They're going to close the gap here. 5-4 after 6 ends. And as we take a look at this, comes into the rings. They try to get it to curl enough here, Kevin. Shimizu trying to make it move and had to tap it another half inch to score. A little frustration there from Team Japan. 5-4 after 6 ends.
Oh, tick schnell.
Oh, 3. Ab 3.
Länge wird
Wenn
besser.
Yoshi. Wenn gleich Yoshi ran.
Oh.
3.
7th end underway. And, you know, we've both been involved in games like this, Kevin, where you just feel like you should be about 5 or 6 ahead if you're Team Japan here. And it's all of a sudden a 1-point game as you head into the 7th end. And momentum certainly with Team Germany as we get into the home stretch here in this one.
You can feel it. You can feel it. You can see it. The just the body actions and interesting going forward here. This game.
Yeah, other than that first end 4, the only point that Japan has scored was a very difficult draw for 1 in the 4th end. So tick shot attempted there and trying to spin into the rings and had to curl another quarter. Ooh, a little backspin on that one. Not sure if it came back into the rings or not.
Also wahrscheinlich, okay. Direkt vor denen, oder?
Was?
Direkt vor denen?
Auf die Center.
Gonna throw another guard. Definitely a little bit more hop in the step of Team Germany right now. You hear it in their voice, as you said. Body language is everything.
Zwei. Nur auf die zwei.
Starting to believe.
Yes.
Eins.
Well, getting a little bit comfortable too. They weren't comfortable in the first hand, but certainly are now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, nix.
Ticken heavy als der Besen. Auch keine Länge. Linie ist schon okay. Wow. Gut. Okay, schön gut.
Okay.
5 rock rule, another guard. Japan going to go in this time. Abe asked for the come around. Mistake last end with game to the T line. Want to keep this top 4 foot at best.
14.3。
Another error here, Kev. Behind the T line without the hammer. Excuse me, with the hammer, never good.
2 guards. Game's on again.
Vorne 8.
Linie gut.
Vorne 4.
Bisschen eng.
Hinten 4.
Clean. Clean.
Super clean. Hinten 4.
Clean.
Freeze.
Ja, dann geht auf Freeze.
Muss dann gerade bleiben.
Ja.
Let's go back over to that big game between Sweden and Switzerland. Another good end here for the Swiss. Nadine in some trouble again.
And that is the theme. In trouble again, and Team Switzerland playing very, very well and not really giving the defending champs much to do. So now this is an in-turn tap, very difficult. And of course with Nicholas Sedin, if you ever leave any angles, it could work out. But the rocks are made very well and there's no angles, and that's a draw for 1. And 4-3 now. Team Switzerland with hammer.
Besser als der.
Team Japan making a nice double on the guards. The good news for Team Germany is that 1 guard spun into the rings, so chance to force here. And you know, we talked about it in our first game, Kevin. Now that it's a 1-point game, if the Germans could figure out a way to hold Japan to 1 here, 2 down playing 8, they'll have 2 hammers to 1 with 3 ends to play, and they're right in it.
Get your 2 points in 8.
Tie it up, 1 hammer each. Good luck.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Hat T-Line.
Bisschen eng.
Don't touch it. Hinten 4. Sind Linie gut.
Linie ist gut. Linie ist super.
Coming into the rings here, actually, so not. They're trying to figure out a way to force, not allow a double.
Hinten 4. Wird besser.
The challenge at this level is when you bring play into the house, the teams are so good at making doubles, but that's a pretty good start. You might see Team Japan come off the one on the left here and make the double that way. Ignore that one for the time being. Like that.
I like that call. Or hit and roll in front of the red. Off the other one. That's a good call too. Both are perfect. So whichever they feel best about.
Yeah, the nice thing, if you hit this one a little too thin, you might make the accidental double and be in good shape as well. Such a challenge though to create a force coming into the rings. That's what I meant to say with Team Germany. It's just so hard against teams that can hit so well nowadays. We'll see if it pays off.
Out there ways.
It's one of those situations, you know, you just see Germany getting a little sharper and sharper each end, and you see Japan getting a little less so each end. The hit and rolls that were perfect to start the game aren't there anymore for Team Japan.
It's amazing, isn't it? This needs to stay in. This has to roll into the rings, though.
That's an unforced error to not roll that into the house. Now the force is going to be very difficult. Japan just needs to roll into the middle somewhere, and it's going to be a challenge.
Like some roll here. Would have liked to roll a little further. Nose hit's pretty good with the way the back two rocks are offset.
No double available for Japan if they can hit this on the nose.
Forward. Yep. Forward. Clean. Yep. Eins. Alles. Yep. Voll durch. Bis zum Schluss. Go.
And he was on the wide track too, right? So.
Team China, red stones on sheet B, finally applying a little bit of pressure, looks like, to John Schuster. Olympic champion forced to a wide in-turn draw here, Kevin. Not easy.
Yeah, John had a board weight, straight back raise to actually put Team China in trouble. Hit it too thin, and then Team China made a beauty, and now it's a very difficult draw.
Split the tee. It's wrapping out a little short. I'm not going to lie to you.
14-9.
Split tee in half.
Gotta touch four.
Split the tee in half. We need it for just anything.
Good judge.
That finished hard at the end to only steal one. You heard John saying, get to the tee line.
I'm not playing ticks anymore. We dominate the shit out of people playing regular. Ticks are bullshit.
4-2. Schuster leads with the hammer, heading to 8. And see back on our sheet, the stones now grouped with that German hit and roll out a couple of stones ago, and it's they need a bit of a miss in order to get the force here.
Big deal is if that back yellow rock is biting or not.
That kind of had that backspin, didn't it, earlier?
It spun back in. It was out of the house clearly and then spun back in, or maybe in. It's really close.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Hard.
Okay. Ist nicht schlecht.
Oh, der zieht ja noch. Aber er liegt nicht schlecht. Ja, trotzdem.
Doesn't love it. They're just trying to see if that goes under that yellow if they make the double. So I suspect just by the way they're looking at it, it might be shot stone, but or might be in the rings rather.
So the nose hit here and around. So hard to tell. Right on the nose though, we'll get rid of both reds. Might lose the back yellow
on the center line.
And then, won't that be interesting? If you hit and stay, you measure. What if it's out? It's force. You roll out for the blank, you measure, it might be a biter, it's a force.
Right, one of the two teams will be measuring it regardless. It goes all the way back to Team Japan's first tick attempt in the end. To see whether that rock is in play or not. It's a tick attempt that looked like it was going out and kind of spun back in, so both teams having a close look.
Dann muss die Entscheidung treffen.
I like kind of rolling in front of it and let Japan decide if it's in or not.
You want to make sure you stick around because if nobody knows and if you roll out, you'll give Team Japan a peel chance. Peel it
peel
out
it out,
to get a blank.
schon dünn.
So you need to
Das ist
stick
schon dünn.
around if you're really not
Ja,
sure.
passt schon, ich gebe dir Eis.
Ein Drittel. Wir vermuten oder wir wissen nicht ganz, ob der hinten drin ist.
Might be ice for the double if they think it's in. Didn't catch the call. We'll let you know in about 3 seconds. Definitely playing the double with that weight.
So it must be a biter.
Hold your seat! Hold your seat! Hold! Hold!
Okay.
So, Japan thinks it's in. They're playing the draw.
Okay.
Had to hold this a little straighter. Suter doing his best.
Looks good. Take my
It,
Eis.
just buzzes by. Had to keep it about a ½ inch straighter. We'll see if it's worth measuring or not. But I expect Matsumura is drawing for 2 here in number 7.
Side get. Aとウェイトだけ大丈夫そうだよ。はいよ。
Nice, good. Yep, yep.
Sweeper's working hard.
Okay, nice.
It'll get there.
Weiter? Yeah, okay. Yeah, for the second one.
1 for sure, and they're going to measure for the second point.
Nice. Nice.
Und er beißt zu 6. Alter, es ist 5 bis 7.
Usually in the pre-event practice, the teams will take that 12-foot measure and check out the rings.
Of course, this view is from the center of the button, way overhead. That's why it looks like it's way out, but you're not looking right from above it.
And there's the 6-foot measure.
Das war jetzt in 2 noch ein bisschen. Ja.
I think both teams suspect it was in because Germany did try to make the double. Clunk.
Okay.
That is in. As predicted, 2 points
Thank you.
for Japan, and they will take a 3-point lead into the 8th end. 7-4 over Germany.
ちょっとこっちの方がさ、履き心地も新しい。新しいかもしれない。なんか。
はい、もういいよ。ウェイトだけ。7近いかな。
Our feature matchup, Japan versus Germany,
ラインはすごくいいよ。
from the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021 in Calgary. Continues here in the 8th end. As we get late into draw number 2, we've got first final of this one, Kevin, and Team Korea down 9-3, concede after 7 ends to Team RCF. A good day 1, 2-0.
Oh, making everything. They're playing very, very well right now, and yeah, definitely a force to be reckoned with here after day 1.
Mike Harris here along with Kevin Martin. Pleased to be bringing you coverage from this championship. Our feature matchup started out looking like a blowout and tightened up considerably. Here through 7. Germany still in trouble, down 3, but they have the hammer. Need multiple points here in end number 8 to have a chance, I would think. And Team Germany coming on a little bit. You saw the early matchups. It was Japan out curling the Germans first half of the game, but certainly the tides have turned here, Kev, late.
Well, the momentum is certainly with Team Germany, even with giving up the 2 last end. It's big, though, to your point, Mike, that they get at least 2 points here. Score 2, get that momentum back, and then just throw guards and gamble. Yep.
2 in game, 1 down.
Does not want to slide into the rings here, though.
Yeah, that is
that hurts.
Bad mistake. So 3 up. You're going to see Japan play a lot of hits from this point forward here in the 8th end and onwards. No chance of taking advantage of the 5-rock rule here for Team Germany with that one slipping into the house. We see Nida, 89, very good. But he was at 95 earlier and dropped now, and Suter was at 65. He's come up to 80, so it's getting a little tighter.
T-Line. T-Line. Hinten, Dolly. T-Line. Hinten, Dolly. Vorne 4. Linie gut, hab Platz, hab Platz. Vorne 4.
Playing the come around, Stone at the top 12.
I certainly like this call. Trying to make a rock that doesn't look really good for Team Germany into a useful guard.
That's very well done.
Good, schön so.
Very nice. And if this corner is peeled, there's also the opportunity to go with an intern all the way to the back 12 around the 2 in the middle, because there's no running those back because they're overlapped.
They're staggered, yes.
Whoa. Whoa. Shinken. Shinken.
It's going to rattle a few things around, I think. How about that shot? He did say sorry. I like the sportsmanship there from Team Japan. Not the intended call, but certainly a bonus. Watch that stone in the forefoot. Kicked right back onto that stone that was just thrown by Team Germany. The good news for Team Germany is that now they can play a freeze. The exact same shot they just threw, and try to still keep the 2-point dream alive here in end number 8.
Hard, boys!
Gotta get by, though. Just kissed it.
Weight was perfect. I don't think Matsumura would be upset to maybe lose that stone at the back 8-foot on the right as we're looking at it.
Could also angle raise the yellow onto the red
Top 12.
and roll your shoot out of there. It's a very short raise, so the odds are you'd make it.
Nice clean throw there.
Yes! Whoa! Yes! Whoa!
Perfect.
Nice. Nice.
Really well done.
Nice.
Got rid of the backing they were worried about. Perfect shot. No choice here. You got to play the intern, come around to the back. Back 8, back 12.
All in.
All in.
Sehr aktiv.
Innen 4.
Sehr aktiv.
Linie gut. Ziel ein. Ja, tief.
Yep.
Braucht ein bisschen.
Linie ist gut. Länge.
Von ab. Von ab.
Hartlinie. Yep.
Top of the 8-foot is what those sweepers are saying for weight.
Voll durch,
Which
Jungs.
means the line will likely get tight.
Voll durch. Never off. Hart. Lang wie läuft. Was gibt's? Geht das schon wieder.
Okay.
Understandable if the broom was placed in the right spot and you're trying to go back 8, then if you're light, it would over curl. Makes sense.
If this is made, this is the
こっちからでもいいかい
make sure we score. But
そこ
look
ジャム
at
してもワンツースリーは
Shimizu's
持っちゃい一回
opening game here. 96% through 7 ends of
投
play.
げてるからこっ
Pretty
ちはまっす
impressive.
ぐだし、最後ちょっと曲がってくるっていうのは分かってるけど、
いやこっち曲がるかわかんない
こっち側ね。
一緒でもいいけどちょっとさっきよりは打ちパスだけ
No need to be fancy with this one. Make that red go away. Be careful not to jam it
そこでいい
on the back corner yellow.
Right there. Green. 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 Whoa, whoa.
シンク。最後まで、最後まで、最後まで、最後まで、最後まで。
Well done.
Just throwing the rock really, really well. Today,
早いか
ちょっと早い
8.6だからちょっと早いけど、まあ、
8.6
まあって感じ。
Right there. Green.
Another delivery with a few moving parts. That hyperextended right arm.
最後まで、最後まで、最後まで。
Let it relax as he's coming out, and then some extension on that. Showing great touch here.
Vorne 4. Linie gut.
good freeze here, corner freeze.
Ziel. Nur Länge.
If it's on the exact right angle, there's no way to remove it.
Schon noch so
Runter,
Fan.
Platz. Kommt runter. Braucht ein bisschen.
Linie ist super. Wendung.
Du hast es doch.
Wow, 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 wow. Weg, weg. Oh, sit.
Line's excellent.
Okay,
Just
nicht schlecht.
bounced it an inch too far.
Like it.
Der Winkel liegt gut.
Still
There-
pretty good though,
there is
not
a-
easy to remove.
No, there is a chance of jamming it for sure, but
If that stops 2 inches sooner, there would be no way to get it out. So, good try.
ブラストして。
lefty intern. This will have some high speed, high rotation on this one, I suspect. Again, the percentage is tightening up just a little bit. That miss last end wouldn't have helped Totsik's numbers. But he was a little lower earlier, and Matsumura was higher.
Hey. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. Yes, 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 yes.
Very nice looking shot.
Nice.
Good throw.
Nice. 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 Nice.
So, same requirement here. corner freeze keyed up onto that stone on the left is the call. Just so difficult to make it that precisely.
Okay, ja.
Vorne 4.
Vorne 4.
Vorne 4.
Linie sehr gut. Noch einen Tick weit.
Tick knapp. Dom.
Tommy,
Kommt runter. Kommt hart. Runter.
Lines in the ballpark.
Sportlinge.
Ja, halt.
Tommy.
That looks really good. They freeze it right on it.
Schauen.
No bounce.
Easy, Jungs.
Schöner.
Perfekt. Gut.
Really nice. I don't know that one's going across underneath that yellow.
Richtig gut.
Heck of a
Ich
shot.
glaube, jetzt dachte er genau drauf.
Well, sheet B, USA China, there is a red stone belonging to China right on the button. So John Schuster needs the run back.
Whoa, Steiner. Whoa. Easy. just let
Yes,
it
this one
curl.
has to get just across
Let
the
it curl.
face a little.
A lot of
Hard,
curling to
Steiner.
do. Keep going.
Push that back a little.
Ah, forget it.
Wow, another steal. Team China starting to make a lot of shots. It's a 1-point game now.
他跟俩多说点线路，比如说线路大就告诉你俩。
You know, it's funny, we've seen it in a couple of games already this week. You know, when you're down early and you start playing with some freedom, not worrying whether or not what the score is, it's all of a sudden you've got a chance to score points. And we saw it early with Denmark versus Norway. We're seeing it on our feature games, Japan-China, and Japan and Germany, and now China coming back against John Schuster. And that is such a good freeze that Japan is, they believe they cannot get it out of the rings, so they're going to actually guard it and try to force Japan into something very difficult to score 2 points. That's a heck of a freeze.
A beautiful shot. I agree with Team Japan that it's not, can't get it out. Too good.
So there is a bit of space, but the stone at the side of the forefoot is the one that's the problem for Team Japan. But, did you ever like throwing guards, Kevin?
It's a very difficult shot to get the right line.
Not something that skips do a lot, so it's hard to throw the perfect guard if you're a skip. I'm of course making an excuse for all skips out there listening, and 2 here in the booths.
And we all appreciate it.
All the leads going, what are you talking about, guards hard? This is not hard. But, this is pretty well done. Going to stay short of the rings, perfectly in line, great shot, and I don't know how you score 2 here.
It has to be just a wee tick off
Wee
that
tick
yellow.
Into the nose of the
Red, and then of course it'll go over and knock that one out on the side.
Reichen. Und wenn nicht, läuft er hier drauf.
Right there. Yes, that's the idea, but
Okay.
Also genau so.
incredibly tough. Try to
Ich will ihn
hit
leicht hier auf der Seite
Oh.
haben, weil ich will,
Ja.
sonst läuft er so durch.
as thin as you can.
Leicht hier.
Nase vielleicht sogar, ja. Ja, ich probiere es mal zu callen. Ich würde auf jeden Fall Outturn sagen, falls du eng bist, können wir den immer noch wegnehmen für
Ja,
einen.
da, wobei die Lücke so groß ist, ja.
Ja.
Control.
Ja,
Control mit der Steinkante. Hier curlt
They're going to throw the out turn, trying to hit, as I say, less than an inch of that one.
Ja.
It's the only way to get 2 points.
Das ist der Call. Dünn treffen.
I think it'll work if you hit it properly, but
High degree difficulty, again.
yes, definitely.
Okay.
Last stone of the 8th end for
Control.
Sixten Totzek. Out turn, tick, bang for 2 is the call.
To curl up.
And will not make the move, and a big steal for Japan. That would give them a 4-point lead. Pretty tough shot there for Germany. But great freeze does not pay off. 8-4 for Japan heading into the ninth end. Ninth end of play underway.
7でもいいよ。7。
Shinya Abe with his first stone, 4 up, playing 9. Not much decision making here for Team Japan. Throw a couple of rocks in the rings, start peeling.
Start hitting, yes.
And conversely, you're going to see a couple of corner guards here from Team Germany and hope for a half miss somewhere where they can score multiple points. Really need 3. 2 would help, but 2 down without the hammer. It's very tall hill to climb in the last end.
Linie gut. Oh, 3 bis 4.
3.
Nee, schnell.
Sicher?
Ja, sehr sicher.
Genau auf dem Besen.
Let's go to sheet C. Sweden, Switzerland, big game here, Kevin, and shot for 2 maybe for Adine?
Very much so, half rock, but Nicodine, up until Benoit's last rock, we're thinking maybe 3 or 4. Benoit makes a double and then spins the rock buried. So now Nicodine has to come around with a out-turn hack weight tap to get 2. That was a very difficult shot, made to look easy, but well done, 2 points. Tie game. Great shot by Benoit Schwartz.
1 hammer each, nothing to choose from there. And that heavyweight tilt. Perfect start for Team Japan here in end number 9. 2 rocks in the forefoot. Here's the second corner guard.
Yoshi! Yoshi, voll durch!
From Dominic Reindl.
Yoshi! Nur Linie!
His guard slipped into the rings last end, if we recall. Got, really took the easy opportunity for multiple points away.
Schön gehalten. Schön, Dams.
Gut.
Ein
bisschen passiv waren.
10.
Five rock rule. Still can't hit those guards yet for Team Japan. Trying to bring this one into the rings. And this is an error. Throwing a guard when you're 4 up.
Yeah, a lot of rocks in play now, no matter what.
Ein bisschen knapper.
Sometimes you need to look at the scoreboard when you're throwing here late in games, and you're better off throwing that one through the rings.
Hinten 8.
In 8.
Back 8 foot is the call from the sweepers.
Hinten 12. Hinten 12. Wo ist er?
Sehr klein.
12 ist durch.
Drin? Ist er noch drin?
Ja, ja.
Oh, Achtung, okay.
Ja, ja.
Ist vorbei.
Sehr klein.
Not going to make enough of a move. Will it stay?
Needs to stay in the ring.
Okay.
Oh, the dreaded come around to the back 12. Seen that enough times to know it causes trouble.
It certainly can. They all count. They're in the rings. That works out not bad.
Let's see. Japan going to peel the corner guard here. And I know if you're...
This is hanging though a little bit.
Don't want to do too much damage up the middle. That was a good shot. And all of a sudden, Team Germany's got a little life here in the ninth. Young Joshua Suter here, though, needs to make a good freeze here. He's been overthrowing most of his soft shots.
In 4.
Clean.
Someone near the nose would be very helpful as well
Clean.
for later in the end.
Yep. Clean.
Yeah, you're almost certainly going to have to make some sort of run back, aren't you? This is better line for sure.
Halt! Voll durch. Darf auch tappen. Darf auch tappen. Darf auch tappen. Voll durch. Voll durch. Voll durch.
Near the nose.
Yeah, wonderful.
Great shot. Okay.
Both German stones are basically unremovable at this stage of the end, and they're 4 down.
Nur die Frage, wann man halt wegspielen
What do you like here, Kevin?
Wie man da rankommen soll.
You see
Oh, you might have.
Matsumura going all in and throw a guard.
Well, throw a guard or maybe come around and freeze yourself.
Let's see what Mr. Ursel has to say. Well,
Timeout.
the one and only timeout that teams are allowed.
Timeout.
Clock's still ticking away there. There it is. So Bob's allowed some travel time down to the other end, and then we'll hear what he has to say. The lead, Shinyabe, actually speaks English and will translate for Bob.
これ言葉でもこれ触りたくはないよ絶対
今一応ね向こうからこんなもんここがこっちの赤は見えてない見えてないうんそしたら相手よくて一回ここにフリーズなんだよね
Yeah, that's fine. I don't. That's what your thought is.
Yeah,
It's either-
or
well,
I think this is better.
外に展開するの結構きついと思うんだよね
it's either, you could also go back, but
Out here?
well, you could. That's not the end of the world back there. But I like it up here.
でもさ
I like
ここ
it
に
up
つけら
there.
れる方が嫌じゃん
でも後からはね一発で2つ
If you can, if you have the weight and you get by, you want to change this angle, right? You want to move it off of that angle, right?
もし上いたら
Yeah. So if you come in that way and move that angle a little bit.
来て
That's what you want to change up, right? Because right now,
こっちの方が
Yuta, right now it's a bad angle for us, right?
これ一発で出ちゃうからね
でもそうしたら普通に積む方が楽かもそんな押せる
そう
や
押しに行って跳ねちゃうのはなんか
ここまでないといけないから
う
ね
ん
ちょっと難しそうここは別に悪くないんじゃんフリーズになっちゃって
Well, I think after listening to Coach Bob Ursel, they're committed to mixing it up here, Kevin, and corner freeze on that one. That really what they're trying to do is starting to eliminate any of these reds from counting. The corner freeze kind of eliminates that back red for the moment, anyway.
どっちでもアクセスは余裕だ
It's
と思う
not what you wanted, but a come around to the back 12 and then a beautiful freeze.
いやどっちでもいい
Nothing you can do about that.
だと思うんだけど
Good shot, so okay, here we go. Make the freeze.
さっき阿部ちゃん15秒くらい
Be sure not to throw this too heavy. They talked about bouncing. Be careful not to be too heavy and bounce in the open. Set up a double.
Schmitzu's been great all game. He needs a good one here.
ちょっと待ちよ幅はちょっと遅めだラインはねちょっと外めラインつけ増えていいよいいよ4だったらそのままだラインつけ4ラインつけラインはいい感じラインはいいよ
Yes.
No, definitely not heavy.
Yes. 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 もうちょいもうちょいもうちょいもうちょいもうちょいもうちょい。Okay.
Pretty good shot.
Nice save.
Just a really difficult situation now for Germany to. They now need to make sure they have an opportunity to get rid of those 2 yellows in the forefoot. What's their best option here, Kevin?
Well, I certainly like hitting the guard right on the nose.
Take your chances.
Yeah, get rid of at least 2 yellows and keep one of your rocks buried at least. So, best chance.
Whoa! 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 Back! 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 Back!
Oh,
Yoshi!
don't want to roll the shooter out.
Floated the whole way down the sheet.
Das ist echt der Wahnsinn.
I think we could say the battle of the thirds has been won by Team Japan pretty handily here, and that's been the difference in this game so far. And now it's it's going to take at least 2 shots to move both of those yellows. I guess the only bright spot here is there's that angle. The red is rolled over to a spot that can be used later. Maybe sooner than later.
That's good.
In fact, there's 2 red corner guards now that you might need to use both of them. One on your first, one on your last.
The call is going to be that straight back raise again on the first one, though.
Sheet B, Team China, red, line 3.
John looking at this, and he thinks that maybe if he hits it just right, there might be a triple, but certainly a double. Let's see. Good call by John Schuster. He thought that might be there. He looked at it from many different angles, so a really big 1 point. 5-3 now, coming home.
I'd say he's partially happy. Nice triple, and you heard John say, wow, look at that shot they just made, and that was on our sheet. So John paying attention to...
And it was a wow.
Look at that. Heck of a shot. So red, Team Germany lying 1 buried at the back 12. That top one is probably 2/3 open. But if Japan ever happen to roll out, we'll have a look. Well, let's have another look at this run back. Big weight. All the yellows go away.
Terrific. Absolutely terrific.
So they're lying, 2, most partially buried. 2 rocks to come, so 3 certainly in the mix here now. Matsumura needs a good one. And good bite, you just need to stay. Try to stay for shot stone somewhere.
Gets by it super tight. Might be a lightweight double in the back. Maybe.
That would be good.
Maybe. Certainly could have been made.
Over curled, actually. Well, do you go maybe beside that yellow with the draw? I think you need to figure out a way to get 3. I don't think by hitting and rolling somewhere you're going to get 3. Matsumura would have the same shot on the stone at the back of the 12-foot.
Yeah, either that or go to the back 8 yourself, and they try to freeze and it leaves a double for 3. I don't like the hit and roll, because even if you make it, they just hit the back one.
Ja, eben, deswegen meine ich ja, dass er hierher tappt einfach die Länge.
muss mit Hackrate kommen.
Ja, easy hack. Ja.
Could even just throw the intern freeze to your back one, have them...
Take your chances.
Yeah, well...
It might leave a run double or something.
Mit Hackrate.
Certainly been a difference in experience on this game. We've seen it several times with Team Germany, maybe making the more inexperienced caller, the more inexperienced miss, sweeping mistakes, that type of thing. So
understandable.
It is, 21-year-old skip. They're hanging in tough and playing better all the time. Need a little hit and roll here. Avoid the jam.
Might have to roll this to the outside.
Oh, dummy. Hard down. Okay.
Leave it hanging around.
Maybe.
Ich weiß nicht, ob der gegangen wäre.
Update on all 4 sheets. We saw that early final. Team RCF up, winning their game 9-3, going 2-0 here early. And Switzerland scored a big 2-ender against the 2-time defending champions, Nicholas Edin, on sheet C. And we saw the update from Schuster and Team China. As they play the 10th, China's got the hammer, down 2. Do you play this quietly, Kevin, and try to lie 2, or do you just peel it out and 2 up coming home?
Well, it depends if that back rock is in or not.
Right?
It's really close again.
You don't want to take much of a risk, do you, and jam it on your own? That would be bad at the back.
I'm sort of guessing that back one is still a biter.
Looks like they're just peeling it out.
That's definitely the safest call. Even if that back one is a biter, it's only a tap for 2.
Was machen wir? Mit Board, einfach auf die Nase. Hit ist wir hoffen, dass der andere drin ist. Okay, alles klar.
The last rock, the 9th end, on its way. Sotzik with a tap that looks to be 2.
Yep. Go. Sauber, easy. Sauber.
First things first, make the tap, stay in the rings, and then measure. Step 1.
Yeah, I think we would like to measure. Okay. Yeah.
One way or the other, that stone was being measured. Does it look a little further out than the one we saw earlier? It's hard to tell.
Ich merke schon, wie es gemalt ist, weil der vorhin, der war fett drin.
Der ist jetzt nicht drin.
Der ist jetzt weiter draußen, aber der andere war halt
Deutlich dagegen.
deutlich drin.
Ja,
I think you're right, Mike. It's slightly out further than the one earlier. Just so slightly. This will be close. As I mentioned earlier, this is a view from the center hole way above. So the angle you're seeing under the stone a little. So it's a bit deceptive.
Okay.
And that was not in fact, and that will only be 1.
Congrats.
And that'll be game. So good bounce back, good fight back from Team Germany, but the 4-ender in the first was too much to overcome, and Team Matsumura, Team Japan, wins their opener here.
Congrats.
But, I was impressed with both teams' play, Kev. Germany a little slow to start, but fought back nicely, and Shimizu on the right just played fantastic. Mid-90s.
He was sort of the story of the game, the difference of the game. Yes, absolutely. And the 4 in the first obviously helped, but Team Denmark, they didn't, or Team Germany didn't walk away. It was good.
You just see the danger of that 5-rock rule, though. Just one little mistake in the 9th end, all of a sudden 3 or 4's in the mix, and took a couple of nice shots from Matsumura to put this one away for Team Japan.
打完，这样的话，他要是磕，咱就顶天就2分。这个球啊，再往下点一点，再点一点，也行。对啊，行吗？对，你就6区的，你不粘的都行，就往里点一个球。行 ，OK。
Certainly lots of rocks in play in the 10th end here. China against USA. Team China down 2, coming home with hammer. John Schuster, as you saw, made a beautiful triple last end to take the 2-point lead. Now an in-turn tap could make things difficult for Team USA here in 10, trying a soft weight tap.
线大啊，
踢线也行啊。
等一等，
我，
零，
等一等线。
下线走。
This rock's out there a little ways. Needs to get by the corner. Does.
2顶线，顶线，对。
Now they've changed the plan a bit, trying to go around. So just got stuck in the middle a little bit there and just touch.
给的太大。
Still not a great situation for Team USA though.
No, I don't know that staying does us any good because Chris, you stick around here, make this double, and they're 2 buried, we're dead.
Yeah.
So I think it's just getting rid of it.
Like
I
board?
don't think staying gets us anything.
Like board?
So, yeah. If that's, yeah.
Chris Bly's looking at playing takeout weight, a board weight, a lightweight hit, and try to roll
Unless
the
you like
shooter
control
out.
at all.
Yeah, control's fine.
Okay, you can see half?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks to me that the out-turn tap for Team China would be available as well to get rid of the Yellowstone that is on the side of the button. I believe that is there, and the in-turn tap. So Team China sort of has Team USA going both ways. So tough situation here for Team USA.
Yep.
Chris Bly's needing a good one here.
Gotta go! Hard! Hard! Never off! Keep going, keep going, keep going! Oh boy, I don't know what to do with this.
Not what they needed. Now potential for a double to sit 2 behind all those yellow center guards.
Okay.
大力吗？还是稍微小一点？
大力吧，
大力啊！
力意识。
啊，但是你最好留头啊。
行，你给我收着点，强哥。
OK。
再收一点。行。
What a great situation. Firm weight, half stone.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep. Hard.
This is moving a little.
Hard. 对，黄的 hard. 可以。
Well, didn't make the double, but certainly not a bad shot. One on the button, moved the yellow out into the open. Pretty close. Worth smiling about. Absolutely. Might
Maybe lie 2 though, because if he taps it toward, should we call timeout right now?
Yeah.
Timeout. And can he tap this into line 2? He's got to get a piece of the 1 foot.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super tough though.
But then he's got to be.
His shooter moves, but then that only helps him. Is the problem. Do you see anything other than the guard? I mean, I guess we could. Here's the other thing we could do. I could throw this guard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably easier to control than, play that tap there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where I'm throwing like a 3 and just trying to make this tap. I just have to make sure I stay high.
We have to guard this rock, though, is the problem. So maybe we do just throw the guard.
Yeah.
I have to throw it so high.
You play at the intern?
I could play intern at it, but that rock's still kind of in the way, too. Right, but it's just hard to get there because that rock's so I have to be really high. And it has to be far enough over that way.
Yeah.
Probably. If I'm close, I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, that was where I threw draw the button that only got to here, and that's probably good enough line, right? If
Yeah,
it gets here,
so.
it's fine.
Like, I think mine would have been fine with 5 feet less weight.
I think I need a little more ice, though. Yeah.
Okay, deciding on the guard. Needs to be a perfectly placed one.
I'd love to just throw one down in there, but it's tough too. It's so hard. All right, so I got to throw you guys like a 40 probably.
So 40 is a split time. That's a time from the tee line to the hog line. 4.4 seconds from tee line to hog line.
Hit it early, Matt. Hit it early, Matt. Oh,
Matt,
easy,
early.
easy. Yep. Stay down. Stay down. Got to stay down.
Are you to this other yellow? Stay down, Matt. Always Matt. Okay,
Just clean.
over and off then.
This rock is over curling, I think.
Stay there. Stay there. God damn it.
Okay.
I'm giving this.
Frustration.
Handing this game away is so bad. Oh, we're dead now.
可往外甩啊。OK， 我知道。哎，这个点行吗？踏板和外面差不多。
So trying to get through the hole and save the shooter on the side of the house to set up for a possible 3 and the win.
先别着急。
Whoa.
Whoa, clean, clean,
Whoa.
whoa, clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
Looks good.
Whoa. No, no, no.
Not bad. Would have liked to roll that out into the 8-foot circle. That does leave a tap potential for Team USA to hit that on the nose.
Tap it out of being shot, though.
Yeah.
We have to lie second.
Yeah.
And it has to carve. So that's fine.
So you think like just back 8 foot?
Mm-hmm. We've got to get, I mean, it's going to rub this rock is the tricky part. But, and it's covering now, like he can't play anything with weight in it.
And I truly think that we can get this here and get to the.
Yeah, I mean, if I hit what I can see, I make the double, though, but I can't see much, so. Yeah, I like back 8 foot, Chris.
Like here?
Yeah. I'll tell you what I think when I get in the hack. Yep. Yeah.
So back 8 foot, right on the nose.
405, you think?
Very precise shot needed to make Team China even throw their last rock.
Close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Off!
Steiner!
Close! Easy, Steiner! Matt!
Whoa!
Yeah!
Looking pretty good. It's through the hole. Cannot afford to rack on the front one, though. Needs to get by. Does! What a shot. Still in trouble, but well done.
Great scrub.
Look at this sweeping. Great communication.
Matt, go! Go!
This is starting to move.
Go! Hard, Matt! Go! Got it! Go! Never off! Shot. Good job, boys. Get lucky.
I'm hoping it.
We'll see what Team China's looking at. Not thinking that they can remove that yellow because John Schuster made such a good one. This is an angle raise for the win. Red onto yellow. Extremely difficult.
我大力。
Deep breath. Last shot.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, whoa, whoa.
It's close. It's really close. Oh, so close. John Schuster with a great shot and not quite able to make the angle raise. It's 1 point. 5-4 final. What a finish. You knew this was close. It was hard wall, hard wall. Neen hit red onto yellow. Not quite. It's only 1 point. What a battle. Great game.
没踩也，谢谢。
We're not a very good defensive team.
John Schuster, he's quite a character. What a game.
Sure.
Great effort by Team China, down a bunch, fought back, 2 down coming home, and had a great chance for the win. But you got to give John Schuster some credit with that outturned tap that he made in the 10th end. Without that great shot, Team China wouldn't even had to shoot their last one.
I can't believe I stayed control on the last one.
What's that?
And there's one sheet left in play here. Sheet C, Sweden and Switzerland are tied up and in an extra end. And Nicodine in 10, 2 down, coming home, needing 2 points. And look at this shot needing to be attempted. That rock completely buried, needs enough curl to first of all get near the yellow face, but then knock it far enough to get 2. Nice. And does, incredible shot. So that leads us to the extra end.
We take it. 2. Nice.
And 2 tick shots being made.
21 igen.
Linjen ser perfekt ut. Jag vill inte gå för fart än så länge. Bra fart. Perfekt linje, precis full grön här. Tycker den är bra själv. Bra linje också. Perfekt linje. Nej. Gå med. Japp, yes. Här bra. Ah, sorry.
Den är en deci till.
Very nicely placed guard, hoping that if Benoit were to play the intern peel, it would jam on the yellow. Outturn peel, jam on the corner guard, giving you a little bit better center guard. So really well thought out, terrific strategy. Peter de Cruz throws second stone, calls the game.
Excuse.
So that is exactly what happened. That yellow stone a little bit closer to the center line, covers a little bit more of the forefoot.
Ouais. Faut peut-être le dolly est plus center line, je pense. Ouais.
Well, some crazy finishes out here, Kevin.
Some great curling. Some wonderful shot making. Great comeback for Team China. Great outturn bump by John Schuster to save that game. Nicholas Adine in 10. Tremendous bump. Fun to watch.
Well, this battle here certainly lived up to its billing. You know, the Olympic silver and Olympic bronze medalists. 2 very experienced, very talented teams. Going an extra end seems fitting.
It does. So that rock not going in as far as had hoped. There's a little bit of an angle here, so maybe able to get rid of the guard and the red stone and roll everything away from the center line.
Valentin Tanner, of course, made the beautiful tick shots and really set things up for his teammates here in 11.
Sven Mikkel does not want to leave anything near center, though. So that rock's a little close to the center yet. So
it's kind of a guard.
Yeah.
Nicholas Sedin will certainly try to go around it.
Jag känner nog att dra direkt, ja. Okej. Gadda nu, han lär ju klippa den. Lägga en ren center på din. Och så runda den där på sista, så måste han göra den då. Kan ta timeouten om du vill. Snacka igenom det. Eller vad känner du för? Ja, vi har gått om tid. Jag tänker bara att det blir... Samtidigt, han kan ju råka ta insida och vicka in till topp, alltså linan också, men... Ja,
Timeout called, and coach Freddie Lindberg will come out and have a discussion with two-time defending champions.
Med den marginalen, tar man minsta insida då blir det ju worst case och då är det ganska lätt att man bara klipper en utsida. Då har vi den där, kan lägga en center på nästa.
Ja, vi behöver lite djupare än 10 så han inte kan rulla undan den för långt. Ligga halva fyrfoten här, hoppas på att han bara klipper den, lägga en bra center, hoppas på att han inte får träff och sen lägga någonting sådär då.
Det känns som dra den här på sista, det är jag lite rädd för då med slidespår och sånt där, att man får liksom sopa för att få den gömd eller sånt där, så hamnar den typ där, då är det för lätt dragning.
Vi kan dra den på mig.
Nu har vi chans att liksom dra den,
dit.
Bra i fart och curlar den inte exakt och de slår den, då har vi alltid kvar samma liksom.
Ja.
Missar vi garden
Visa halva där och han spelar den och någonsin missar den, då har vi en bra skott i alla fall.
Ja. Och sätter den borde vi ha kvar någonting i alla fall att jobba med.
Freddie choosing to be the strong, silent coach in that exchange. What do you tell the four-time world champion that he hasn't seen before?
That's what I was thinking. So many smart curlers on that sheet.
You're not helping. Oscar Eriksson. Another lefty. Talented third. He's another guy that makes the game look easy.
Strong in the four-person game, also very strong in the mixed doubles game.
World champion, yes.
Yes.
He had a decent partner in that too, and Anna Hasselborg,
yes,
winning the World Mixed Doubles Championship a couple seasons ago. Nice throw there. Pretty well buried.
I think Benoit will take on the raise and try to roll a little bit to the outside. Give himself a little bit more forefoot on the last. Sven throwing this one hard. Lots of pace. Trying to hit it just on the outside. Oh.
Another wonderful mixed doubles player too, with his partner Alina Petz. And a heck of a shot there.
Now that'll open up the middle for Benoit's last rock of the game, likely. Terrific.
That was the one best opportunity for Adine to put some serious pressure on Team Switzerland. That come around, and it was made pretty well, but wasn't good enough.
So the idea here is to get this buried around the corner guard completely, and then whatever happens, you may be able to split the rings, make Benoit either hit and stay in the rings, or draw it to something into the 4-foot circle. Need to bury this.
Linjen är bra. Lite. Ja, den borde komma här över linan. Linjen är bra. Kommer kalla upp.
Bra linje
Risk
nu.
över om något.
Behöver fullt håll för att ligga skott i alla fall. Det är det
Risk
viktiga.
över om något. Får en lite bättre skotte bara nu. Ja, lite. Ja.
Ja, bra, bra.
Så nära centrum som möjligt.
Good enough. I know Ben was thinking, well, hey, don't throw. I'm going to have a pretty easy one on my last. So what can I do here to not cause myself any more difficulty?
Well, you certainly don't want to play, which some young curlers, some junior curlers may play, the out turn trying to tap the red out, over curls, hit the guard, stops on the center line.
He said, if you don't throw, you're going to have an easy one to win. So where do you go?
I really like what Ben was thinking here, going
Go away.
Go away, and just better than the red. So just biting 8 foot.
Faut mettre assez peu de... Ouais, faut juste shot.
Ça c'est bien, ça va quand même curler.
Ouais, ça va curler.
Ça curle?
Ouais, je pense parfait.
Si c'est mieux.
C'est vraiment possible être dans le 12 pieds shot.
Moi je pense qu'il va venir ici, shot, moitié ouvert. Non, il n'y a pas beaucoup l'ast, mais... OK. C'est idéal, je pense.
Get it partially buried, get shot stone. Most important to be shot.
Benoit, då känns som att han kanske aldrig behöver tänka på den risken.
Nej.
Känns som det kanske är
This is just kind of a practice draw for Benoit on his first.
Which is nice to have.
Je pense que ça va trop curler, mais...
C'est très large.
Va devant, hein.
They're saying it's too heavy, and
à mon avis, ça curle un peu trop, mais... OK, rien faire. Wow.
Si on peut être juste shot derrière, c'est bien.
13-7, 13-7.
Tant qu'on...
Would like to stay better than the red.
ideal, perfect.
Great shot.
That's where they called it.
Yeah.
Jag har kommit lite där känner jag på.
De har spelat ett antal mjuka taker här
och
i mitten i matchen.
De ser ju ut att lägga tillbaka dem och har kraft dit. Men jag tror här på en 11.
I always thought on these ones, Kevin, if you're the opposition zone, you know you're in trouble. You want to roll to a spot where they have to decide whether it's too close to hit or too close to draw. So, you know, somewhere full 8-ish near the 4 foot, where they have to think about it a little.
Känns som att bara ligga så bra som möjligt med slagstenen. Så där då med en 11.
Nose hit, there's no chance that Benoit's going to hit. And if it rolls into the 4 foot, no chance he's going to draw.
So in between there somewhere.
Roll to where the broom is, I think, is a pretty good option, where there's a little indecision.
Wow. Rent. Wow. Rent. Yep. Rent. Yep. Wow. Ligger bra.
Just like that.
Norran på stället istället.
Let's see. So that he could have rolled further.
Såg ut att vicka till.
Vous avez bien quoi 10 10 on le connaît ce spot.
Ouais, on peut.
10 et demi.
Ja, precis. Med vinkeln han hade så bara hände ingenting.
Ouais, un peu plus, 10 avec ça.
And throw the hit. I think Dean's happy. Indicated 10-second hit. 10 and a half, so quiet weight hit.
That's all you can ask for from Team Sweden. You've, you know, still to your point, it is a fairly easy shot.
Last rock of the extra end on its way.
Easy, Sven.
Team Switzerland looking to knock off the two-time reigning world champions.
Okay.
Looks pretty good. And that's a big win out of the gates for Team Switzerland.
Congrats, Black. Congrats, Black.
Congrats, well played.
Congrats, Black.
Two very familiar opponents. And it's Switzerland who comes out on top this time. 8-7 win.
Bravo, les gars.
Bien joué, man.
Ramenez les pieds. Lèche-botte. Lèche-boots. Bootlicker. Ah, les 10, il les a tous faits donc. Les 10, il les a tous faits donc j'étais assez confiant quand même.
Tu veux jouer un délire avec 150
mais gros,
rotations?
tu sais que.
Our feature matchup in the second round of this year's men's World Curling Championship featured Japan and Denmark. And in the sixth end, Kevin, this was a shot where Japan could have taken control of this game. A little tap back was available, but just didn't get the curl they needed.
It ends up that red stone stays, and yeah, Team Germany is back within one. See a little frustration there. And
get into end number 7, and odd one to show here, but watch where this tick shot attempt goes, and as the rock slides into the back of the rings, we very rarely show lead stones as a highlight, but this rock, as it comes to rest, just kind of spins back into play, and you think, oh, innocent, but it came back later in the end and led to a big two-ender and let Japan control this game. But you know, wonderful freeze thrown in the 8th end by Team Germany, followed by a guard by Team Japan, led to an in-off attempt here from the German skip, and it just wouldn't curl enough, and Japan steals one of their own. That put them 4 up playing the 9th end, and that was enough to give them control of this match, and they won this game handily after a big score 4 in the first end, but certainly not a session without its ups and downs. The United States barely hanging on against Team China. China, of course, had a shot to win that game, and Benoit Schwartz with a nice win on with his last rock to lead his countrymen from Switzerland to knock off the 2-time reigning champions. And here's our standings, Kevin, and look at the top. A team maybe we didn't know very well, team from the Russian Curling Federation, leading the way at 2 wins and no losses, but very early, obviously, day 1 here, but some excellent curling in the first 2 sessions.
There really has been. I thought after this much time there could be some rust on a lot of these teams. We didn't see that today.
Well, as you see the standings there, there's another game coming up shortly, a couple of hours away. Session 3 will wrap up day 1, but we've enjoyed bringing this Session 2 to you from Winsport Arena here in Calgary, and look forward to continuing as the week rolls on here at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Well, here with winning skip Yuta Matsumura. Congratulations on your first win. Obviously, a big 4-ender in the first end was a good way to start this game.
そうね、1エンド目の4点はまあいいスタートだったと思うけど、相手よりもドローがしっかりつかめてたからかなりいい入りができたと思います。
Yeah, we had a good start with 4-enders. We had a obvious good weight on draws.
With your coach Bob Ursel is an old friend of ours here in the booth, and how long have you been working with Bob?
何年ボブと一緒にやってるか。3年。It's been 3 years.
About 3 years. And you know, just maybe a couple of comments about your team's play in the game. Although all 3 of your players played extremely well. Shimizu at third, particular, had a very good game, we thought.
哲がいいゲームしてたと思うけど、どうですか。
もう最初の入りから最後までしっかりと欲しいところをくれてたんで、かなり良かったかなと思います。
He's been stay focused very much from all through the game, and actually he had a very good game.
Well, congratulations on your first win, and good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Okay.
Congrats, guys. Good luck. Congrats.
Congrats. Congrats.
Okay.